but you got the right one though. You can get it out, boy, we get it poppin'.
Damn good show. Aloha, everyone.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours, bullshit pay, so I could just sit here and waste my life away with Steve Harloha and Ronnie Cash today. It's such a damn shame.
It's Unfiltered.
Coming in close and hot.
How do you make it out of your front door and you don't even know how to get gas? I just don't get it.
No, they're not going to take us out because they need us. We make the world go round.
You're just taking up space. You're here sucking up air.
How you doing today, brother? I hope everybody's doing great today and having a great weekend. But I said, no, let's go ahead and cook something to eat because I'm starving to death. It ain't nothing like home cooking. She just cooked some breakfast. But she made scrambled eggs, with bacon, biscuits, and gravy. There ain't that much left, though, because I ate just about all of it.
It's still like 60 degrees. I'm like, ooh, I'm cold. And
it was cool when I got here, but 2 days later, I got up in the 70s, and everybody went golfing. Tuesday, Halloween, it's supposed to snow in Michigan. Last year, Chris took a picture of me shoveling the driveway in my bathing suit.
I didn't like the cold weather even when I was young, and now that's the last thing I want is cold and snow and everything.
It'll warm up, or in Michigan, it won't.
You, Hawk, Chap, David Devine, my best friends on here. Then after the welcoming part, we get into the deep part when we have our guests up. Well, when we get them on, we can just shut up and let them go.
Make a beer run. That was a long time ago. Ronnie's so old that he remembers preparation A.
I sure do.
Man.
More than likely, sitting there puffing on one of them joints, so.
$15 for an 8.
Gold chip.
It's pretty good.
I think that there was some shit that came over, whether it be underwater, through the ice passage in the ice wall, above water, or maybe it's just portals that can open up.
They've got certain depths that submarines can't even go to.
Any other times in your plumbing career has something sounded as crazy as the Old Faithful butthole story?
Loving this, where the guy comes in and interviews the host. This is wonderful.
It's a great story. I had so many questions.
Maybe for medical misinformation, they could go fuck themselves. So we talked absolutely nothing about medical whatsoever. There's 11 full-grown German Shepherds in here right now.
My old friend told me that I look like an orange with a toothpick shoved through it.
There's a special place in hell for that.
He's supposed to be the smart one.
Ronnie, I had to kill that rooster as the rooster's gone. You're going in one ear and out the other. You're going to turn the air condition up. I know how you get hot when you're sitting in that spot. Satan himself is dwelling right there in that computer, and we are fighting against him, bro. Hey, I want y'all to keep kicking ass because y'all are kicking ass.
Oh, and Gary, this question's been on my mind for a while now. Could you please watch our show more often and keep your son in line?
I tried.
Got a house, bunch of land, and a closet full of guns. Used to ride around town, bumping pocket full of stones. Now I'm on tour, popping, and I'm rocking out these shows. Still know how to lock and load. Where I'm from, we never fold. If you got a problem, come and holler at me on the road. I'm saying we ain't never gonna run though. You playing, but you got the right one though. You can get it out, boy, we get it poppin'. Run up if you want some, you gon' have a pop.
I know. That's a little too long. I'm working on a new one, but that's what I have for now. So, plus I love that song. I love
it.
It
ain't too long. That's more work, less work that we have to do. Or less.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to play one about an hour long. I'm playing.
Well, that's what I figure. We get it gives people more time to come in once you go live.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All of these. Wow, look how many people are here, Ronnie. This is amazing.
It is. Chad Freeman, hello, Chad. Indy, hello, Indy. Snooks, hello, Snooks. Sharon Mercier, hello, Miss Sharon. Floor. Hello, Florchus. Rock Steady, what's up, Rock? Miss Karen Reese. Karen, do you see what I got behind me here? What I'm sitting on? I dug it out. This is the quilt. This is the quilt that Miss Karen made for me. Let me see if I can get the camera over here to show it right quick. I don't know how good I can get it on there, but anyway, it's got some dogs on it. American flag. It's just a really nice quilt.
That's a big one too.
It's good size one, no doubt. It'll definitely cover my bony ass up.
Yeah, that's awesome that you made that for him.
Yes, thank you, Miss Karen, again for the quilt. It's very nice.
Hey, Salt and Light. Sharon Mercier. Nada.
Beautiful Salt is here.
Heather Joy. Mr. B.
Mr. B here. Elvis is here. Where is he? I hadn't seen Elvis yet.
Where'd he go? I just had him. Here we go.
Elvis is in the house. Welcome, Elvis. And our buddy Big Chap is here too. What's up,
Big
Chap?
Chap. And we have William Gamer.
No, Chap, Miss Karen is my girlfriend now. That's why I call her Miss Karen. If I don't, she'll slap me real hard. I don't like being
silly.
slapped. I hate being slapped. It hurts. You know, and sometimes they hit you so hard you see stars.
And it stings. It stings.
Well, I don't have anything against seeing stars, you know, if I'm looking up the sky or whatever. But I mean, just, you know, sitting here or whatever and getting slapped, whew, that hurts. Estua, what's up, Estua? Good to see you.
That's like, I don't know. I do anyway. Do you have like a most memorable slapping moment where you've been slapped?
You darn whistling. Hey, I'll tell you real quick. One night, there's a bunch of us, you know, my brother had just gotten home. He was in the army, had been to Germany. He'd just gotten home from Germany. He was with his girlfriend, and I was in the front seat riding in between two girls. I don't even remember who they were. Neither one of my girlfriends, but I was just riding there. And we pulled up this drive-in and a little drive-in restaurant where a bunch of idiots hung out at. And so one of them comes up and to my brother's window, and, you know, he's in the back seat, comes up there and leans up on the car. And he said, I heard you was trying to start some trouble. My brother said, start some trouble? I'm just sitting here. We ain't trying to start no trouble. And he said, well, if I was trying to start some trouble, I'd do it just like this, and punch my brother in the mouth. Well, The fight was on, to say the least. And I was maybe 14 this time, maybe still 13. I don't remember exactly, but I know I wasn't more than 14. These guys were all, 20, 21 years old. And so I couldn't get out because, I was boxing both girls. I had to push the girl out of the car, out of the passenger side to even get out. It was New Year's night. And when all these guys were drinking, I had big old tequila bottles and everything.
Just looking for trouble.
As soon as I got out the car, man, one of them hit me in the eye with a tequila bottle. And my eyeballs watered. I mean, big old knot came up on my face. I couldn't see diddly. But anyway, after the fight was all over with, and the guy that started it ran around behind the back of the restaurant, and this girl runs around there with him. Her first name is Becky. Anyway, I've seen him go around, so I ran around there after him, and I cussed him and tell him how much of a sorry asshole he was, and a coward. And he was standing there, he's holding turned out to be a can opener, a beer opener behind his back. I mean, here I am, a kid, 14 years old. He's 21 at least. And I guess he thinks he's going to use that beer opener on me. But before he did, or had a chance to, I mean, this girl named Becky slapped me so hard, man. I wasn't expecting it, for one thing. I was watching him. I wasn't watching her.
Right.
Man, I mean, I literally, absolutely seen stars. I thought, damn, glad it was you that hit me. If you'd hit me, I'd probably be dead if he could hit you harder than that. But he was real bad.
Worse. When you're not expecting it, that makes it even worse.
Yeah. Well, this guy, he was real bad about using a knife every weekend, and sometimes during the week. He'd have a fight with somebody, but it wasn't really a fight because he'd pull a knife out, and cut them. I mean, he's bad about cutting people. And so one night, there's out at the lake, and this big guy, and he was in the Army too. I mean, I'd known him for a long time, but he was in the Army, and he got to hearing about how this guy that used a knife all the time had cut up one of his friends. And so he went out the lake looking for him, and he found him. They got in a fight, and of course, this guy's bad with a knife. He was all, sliced him up. Well, this guy reached out and grabbed the knife by the blade, and he yanked it out of his hand and just cut his hand wide open.
Oh, man.
But that didn't stop him. Now, this guy that was fighting the guy with the knife was big muscle bound dude. I mean, he wasn't, so muscle bound that he couldn't move around and everything. He was muscle bound. He just wound up beating the holy hell out of that guy. I mean, and this is before my brother and I got in a fight with the same people out there. But he came riding in that night after the guy beat him up, after he cut the guy and everything. And it's in a convertible. He was sitting up on the back seat, riding up, sitting up on top of the back seat.
Right.
And he literally had knots all over his head. But what he was doing, he was just showing it off, That's why he was sitting up on the back seat. I want people to feel sorry for him or whatever, but I think he was showing off.
Damn. So basically, he still didn't learn a lesson.
No, he didn't learn a lesson.
Had his ass handed to him, and he then tries to show it off.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, man. And then one night after all this happened with my brother and I, when we got in that fight with him, we were in my dad's car and we went out the lake. I think it's on a weekend, but we went out the lake. And on the way back, the headlights went out for some reason or another. And we was about halfway back, to the house. And these same guys pull up behind us that we just had a fight with, a month or two before. And I thought, well, here we go again. Then we're out in the country this time. But instead of a fight starting, they got out and said, what's going on, guys? Y'all need some help? And I well, how are you going to help us? The headlights went out. And so they got behind us, a little bit to the side so we could get home by using their headlights. After that, we all got along great.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, it is.
There's a few guys that I actually had my ass handed to me once in 7th grade. And next day, we were friends.
Yeah, it's amazing how it can all work out, But that is normally what it takes is if you're going to school and there's a bully, in school, if you'll stand up and fight that bully, it'll all end. But if you don't, you're just going to have more than a lot of headaches. He's going to continually be beating your ass.
Yep.
Steve Cutler Live, what's going on? Too Tall
Steve
Rob.
Cutler. PDF
is here. What's going on?
Cheddar. PDF? Mr. Cheddar Prepper.
That's another guy that one of these days, PDF now I'm talking about, that we need to get on here and have him tell us about his exploits the last few months or years, whatever. Old Navy vet, how's it going today, brother? Lord, baby.
Slobberjaw.
All kinds of good folks here today.
Racehorse.
Why can't we do this every Sunday, Steve? Have all these wonderful people here like this.
We should start doing this every Sunday, but with all these people too.
Absolutely. That's what I mean. We got to have all the people. What Navy vet said right there. Please click the thumbs up. And if you ain't subscribed, please subscribe.
Yeah. Well, he said.
We might have some very good guests. We might even have President Trump on here one of these days. You never know.
You never know.
Boy, that would be a kick in the ass to get President Trump on here, wouldn't it?
that would be, weird. I'd definitely be like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Is this your birthday, Steve? What Steve are you talking about?
Wednesday is.
Oh, Wednesday's your birthday. Well, stop the presses. I got that.
I'm going to be 27.
I got to sing for Steve. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Brother Steve. Happy birthday to you and many more. Now bend over and let me pat your ass. What are you now, 48?
27.
Well, that's still a seat.
But yeah, 48. 48.
All right, 48, that's 96 licks that you're going to get. Because you got to have two. You got to have two for one. And there's your happy birthday song. That means you got to sing happy birthday to me when mine comes up again.
Oh,
Just
hell
think how many
yeah.
licks I would get.
What's that?
Think how many licks I would get.
Oh, I can't count that high.
I can't either. Heather said, yeah, and I'm 29. I'm 17.
In my head, I'm 27. Literally, I'm 48. Going to be 48. Physically, I feel like I'm 96. So.
Well, Garrett said happy birthday, but emotional damage. I don't know if it's emotional damage to you or to him.
Emotional damage.
Bad touch, stranger danger.
Hello, Cheryl. Welcome. Mr. Cheddar Prepper. What's going on,
Cheryl
Mr. Cheddar?
Mitch. I'm waiting for to see Miss Beautiful V.
Yeah, she won't.
I just want to say, because she usually watches it afterwards and always leaves a comment. So I just want to shout out to Unspecified V.
Yep, she does on mine too.
Even though you can't always be in chat, I know you still go back and watch it. So we love you, V.
Well, we got Earth Angel with us today. You ever hear that song, Earth Angel?
Earth Angel. Oh, I'm trying to. Yeah, I know the song,
Angel,
but.
Please be mine.
Do do wah wah wah.
I have to outsource birthday spankings for you to be for you. I heard that, Mr. B. Me either. I can understand why you wouldn't have that much energy. Very few people do. But that's all right. I don't want to take all them swats anyway. But that is what you, at least that's how I was raised, you know, when going to school and everything. And whoever had a birthday, they'd get double the licks. And then at the end, you get one to grow on. Y'all ever get those in Michigan? You couldn't set your ass down for a month because it was too sore. Like my butt was last night after that live.
I was just thinking that when he said that, like, what? Because we both got bony asses. It hurts to sit for a long time.
We're gonna have to have a bony ass show one of these days.
Dang it! I forgot to restart my computer before we went on, and I hope I don't have. It might be because this is open and running. Close.
Yeah,
See
you
if
froze
that
up a
helps.
little bit a while ago, but hey, they do that every once in a while, regardless of where you restarted your computer or not.
Yeah, well, I did like I cleaned it yesterday or Friday and freed up a whole bunch of space, got rid of a bunch of, so.
Oh, while I'm thinking about it, let me mention. I'm sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
Have
to. You're breaking up. You do need to restart it, I guess.
Boom.
I don't even want you to see it.
Yeah. See, I was complaining about it doing that.
Yeah, it did it. Froze up and couldn't understand what you're saying either. But while you're working on that, I just want to say, Navy vet has got a fundraiser going for his grandmother's funeral to pay off the expenses. And if he wants to drop his link in there for everybody, please do so, Navy vet. And if anybody can afford to help him out, please do so, because he's needing some help paying the expenses for his grandmother's funeral. There it is, right
absolutely. There. Let's see. There you go. I was just gonna say, put it if you got a link. Let me see. I can put that. I can pin it at the top too.
Great idea. You're welcome, Navy vet. No problem. I hope you get every last dime you need to pay it off. Can't you see? Beat me to it.
Tennessee Ridge Runner.
When you can beat Indian Navy vet, you damn sure say you've done something, because then he's fast.
Snark and Sass. Aloha. Good to see you. All right, here we go. I think it's because I still have my editing stuff open, and it finally just closed out. So hopefully that helps.
No one knows what happened to Steve, Ridge Runner. Absolutely no one. But as for me looking great, I mean, I've always looked ugly and, everything. So being old hadn't changed me much. Just, I was always ugly. And I'm not kidding.
Shit.
Steve's a model. Y'all don't forget that. He's not modeling now, but he used to be a model.
He's
You got to be a tardy thing to be a model.
Very long time ago.
I don't know why you quit. I mean, just because you had to wear makeup and your face was hurting from grinning so much. Oh, man.
It really was. And it was like just around big people all the time.
You're still breaking up pretty bad, Steve.
Shoot.
When you're not frozen, your voice is messing up. Audio,
Right.
rather. Steve is a handsome son of a gun, ain't he? He's almost so handsome a guy would want to date. A real, straight up guy. Oh, look at the money coming in for you, Steve. My goodness gracious. Thank you.
Right on. Sweet. Thank you. Mahalo, Earth Angel.
Absolutely. Thank
All
you,
right.
Earth Angel. I'll sing it again if you do it again. Earth Angel, please be mine. Do, 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 do. See, I didn't even turn my camera off either. I forgot. Oh, he did? All right. Well, I didn't know that, Rich Runner.
It's funny. All right, you know what? Can you hear me, or am I still breaking up?
Hear you good right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe I should restart it, but I finally got that thing closed out, so we'll see. But if it keeps doing it, I might have to drop down for a minute, come back up.
It's just every once in a while, like when you're talking there, you still hear your voice, but your lips ain't moving, So it's kind of skipping some. But other than that, you're looking party as always, Steve. I mean, you ought to just turn the sound, everything on, just put your picture up there, and, You're not going to play the thing for Earth Angel?
Earth Angel. Let's see.
It'd be better if you just sang one for her, but, or sing.
We'll give Earth Angel the let's see, this one. Here we go.
And now I got to say that when you got Fred G. Sanford out there dancing for you, you've done something right. Thank you, Earth Angel.
Snooks, you sure are purty. You sure, you sure do got a purty mouth. Mm-hmm.
What Indy said there. Exactly what Indy said. Please share this out and hit the like button. And if you subscribe, please do so.
Do it.
Sure got a party mouth, Steve. Got a very party mouth. Let me ask you something there, Rome. Is the whiskers around his mouth that makes him pretty, or is it just his mouth that's pretty? I don't know.
And they're just little whiskers now because I shaved last week.
You did shave? No, you still got the beard down here. I got you.
It was a week, but yeah, it used to be. I used to have the full mustache, but
I was going to trim mine the other day, and got the clippers out and everything, plugged in the wall, turned it on, it wouldn't work. And I thought, well, my clippers go out. I forgot hadn't got the GFI or whatever it's called in yet. So the plug don't work.
Yeah, those GFIs, and that I should know, but I still don't remember. We have one, but if that pops, it's like half the house doesn't work, and then I can never remember like where that outlet is that I got to reset it.
Why they're made them things is beyond me. I mean, all they do is cause you problems.
They should be called instead of GFI, it should be GFN, good for nothing.
Absolutely. Or something worse. Much, much, much worse. Well, so what's been going on in your world this past week? Did you do a lot of work, or just sit around the house, or bug Nina? What'd you do?
A little bit of all three. I worked, but I didn't. It was like one of those shitty weeks where, because I'm always working, but not always physically working doing a job, So a lot of the driving I did was just to go to jobs and look at them, or set jobs up, or give a free estimate, or stuff like that. And then the other parts were a few jobs, physical jobs, and then paperwork work.
Yeah, the paperwork and the free estimates. I always hated that kind of stuff. On the free estimates, you got to, of course, it's your gas and your time and everything that you're using going out there to do the estimate.
Mm-hmm.
And which is great if you get the job, but if you don't, that's money wasted.
Yeah, exactly. It's especially if it's like, oh, can you give us an estimate? And it's going to be a big job, and you're like, oh yeah. And then what's your address? And it's like they live on the other side of the island, and then it's like, I'm going to use 3/4 of a tank of gas just to get there and back. And then, like you said, and then if I don't get the job, and it's like, well, there goes $40 in gas down the drain. And
yep. Constitutional activism isn't on your poll, Steve. He always leaves stuff like that out. X.
You know what? It's not my fault, though. It's AI's fault, because I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head at the last minute, so I used AI to help me.
Well,
I should have took gaming out and put that in. Dang it. Good call, though, Boot.
I was just going to ask, or wonder. I wonder what is going on in with Israel and Iran today. Anybody heard any good or bad news? I mean, I haven't. I've had company most of the day, and so I hadn't been looking.
Yeah, because I really didn't know anything until we were backstage and you brought it up.
Well, I did hear just a few minutes ago, as a matter of fact, before we came on, that Trump put out a tweet or something. No, it was on something to do with voting. I can't remember exactly what. But anyway, he said all hell is going to break loose in 72 hours, which will be tomorrow or tomorrow afternoon. He's just telling everybody that it's time for the American people to stand up and get behind him, or we're going to lose it all. That's what he's basically saying. Now, I don't know exactly what he meant with the all hell's going to break loose tomorrow, but that's what he said. Now, I've got it in my, ready to go for my show, but the little thing that he sent out.
Yeah, let's see. It's I was gonna try to look it up, but I'm froze again. Shit.
Yeah, and that's something,
back.
Wasn't it, Mr. Cheddar? All them bombs and everything falling, and only that one girl got killed. Over 300 drones and missiles and everything, and only that one kid got killed out of all that. One, and it's. I agree with him. It's sad that even she died, but you would think there'd been a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about this until before we went live and you brought it up. trying to pull up a
Yeah, everybody does need to. Well, you need to keep your gas tanks full anyway, but because sooner or later, I mean, there's going to be some bad stuff happen. It's inevitable. It is going to happen. So everybody might as well, put their big boy pants on and get ready.
Yeah, that's like Chad said, that's going to be part of hell breaking loose, because gas is going to go from $4 a gallon to $8 a gallon.
Yeah, that'd definitely be part of it, but I don't think he's talking about gas going up. Not the way I read it anyway. And he didn't say exactly what he meant, so you just got to read between the lines.
I'm trying to find a short one, but wait. What's this one? As long as I don't keep freezing up. There we go. I don't want to get copyright either, but who knows?
Video showing the moment that Iran launched a retaliatory attack on Israel. Its military launched more than 300 missiles and drones toward Israel, most of which have been intercepted outside of Israel's borders with help from the United States. The strike shutting down Israeli airspace, and we also know the airport there in Tel Aviv as well.
President Biden now doubling down on America's support for Israel's security. In the middle of the night, drones streaked across the sky over the Holy Land. Israel's military defenses in overdrive to respond to an unprecedented attack by Iran, which the IDF says launched more than 200 drones from inside Iran, as well as from proxies in Iraq, Syria, and southern Lebanon. A U.S. official tells ABC News the targets were military bases, including one housing F-35 fighter jets. ABC's Britt Clennett describes what she saw.
About an hour ago, we were seeing trails of these orange flashes in the sky, and then the thud of Israel's air defense in action. It almost sounded like thunder. There was at least a dozen projectiles in all directions behind me.
See, that's crazy, man. Could you, like, I always think about that even here, like when Pearl Harbor, like back in the 40s, imagine living here and then that happening. Because, I mean, if it were the 40s now, Pearl Harbor would have happened, it's a couple miles from, like, you know what I mean? That's just some scary shit.
Yeah, no kidding. I think that's just the opening rounds, though, of what's really going to happen. I think that at some point, China and Russia are going to come in on Iran's side. And it almost has to happen, and that's what's going to bring on the nuclear scare. I mean, I may be wrong. This is my way of looking at it. But as far as us getting into a war with Russia and China, I don't think so. Matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me a bit in the world if we don't wind up in the end getting into a war with Israel and Great Britain. I know that sounds stupid, but wait and let's see.
Who knows? Last couple of years, it's like, seriously, who knows?
Yeah, and the thing about Trump is he puts his, he puts everything in code, or he puts it in a way that, it's very hard to figure out. So I hope that's what he meant, Ridge Runner, but who knows?
Is there not you know what's crazy? It's literally just a couple miles from where I'm at right now. And I've driven by there thousands of times. I've never been. I know when my mom and stepdad came, I know my stepdad went, and I know when one time my dad came and my son, they went. My dad might have went another time too, but I've lived here 15 years and never been.
You never been to Pearl Harbor?
Nope.
Dang.
And then even the one time, for Nina's work, they were setting like a tent up in that area. It was on the military base. So we were going to go to help out, and I was recording. And then right when we got to the gates and the guy seen my camera, he's like, freaking just went straight up military on us, made us turn around, like all this shit. Like we couldn't even get in because I was recording. I was like, freaking, I should have been live. That's what I should have did. I should have went live.
Or you should have told him, hey, dude, I'm just trying to give y'all some good publicity. You know,
right.
Let me talk to commanding officer. Get him on the horn.
I need a supervisor.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing. They're following the orders that they're sent down. You know, they really hadn't got any choice. But if he has to speak to the supervisor, well, then you might have got somewhere. Who knows?
It's pretty scary though when you got a bunch of dudes with a bunch of guns.
Well, no shit.
All decked out, and they seem very angry. And it's like, nah, okay, just keep your finger off that. Yeah, we'll go. Not a problem. And I don't know the rules or the laws on how that even works. So, I mean, I know if you're in public, but then I don't know how that works. I'd get myself in too much trouble. Trump event, 9 Eastern.
9 o'clock in the morning? I don't get up that early.
9 in the morning? The hell's wrong with these people 9 o'clock in the morning?
Well, it'd be 10 here if that'd still be too early.
Don't they know that? Don't they know that I don't get out of bed till 9 and I'm not awake until noon?
Undoubtedly not. But hey, we got to have our beauty rest, Steve. And as you can see about looking at me, if it wasn't for my beauty rest, can you imagine how I would look? So I got to have it.
You think this is bad? Dang, there was one I wanted to well, there's 3. Next Sunday is for sure. And there's 2 others that is for sure, but there's not a day set yet. But which one should I do first? Which one should I show everybody who our guest is going to be next week? Or I mean, not show who our guest is going to be next week, or should I show who the other 2 guests are going to be, but just not sure when?
It's up to you, brother. I think you'll tell everybody, so they'll be sure and show up.
Yeah, let me see. And this guy too, his name is Mike, and he actually got arrested a couple weeks ago. I need to get a hold of him actually. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, cool. He's got shorts. I could do a short. Oh, this is the one where he was arrested.
Who got arrested?
We're backstage before you go live. Just remind me. Did you restart your computer? Restart the computer. Because when I restart it, I never have any problems.
Well, who was it that got arrested? I never heard you say.
Well, his name's Mike, but I'm waiting for the. His channel name is KULT News. Basically a First Amendment auditor, but I like the guy personally. It's like he's around my age, and it just seems like a guy I'd hang out with, like for sure. But all right, here we go. Here's a short. And this is Mike from KULT News.
Going in the paddy wagon.
Have fun.
If you're a tourist, don't take pictures in Indianapolis.
See that? It says, I was arrested by Sergeant Brown because I was photographing a building on the National Register of Historic Places in downtown Indianapolis. And I watched the whole video of what happened.
How the hell could they arrest him for that?
Serious? That's what I'm saying. That's how crazy it is. It's like, it's your First Amendment. And he was on a public sidewalk. He wasn't breaking any laws.
And well, no, that he was photographing a historic site. I mean, people do that all the time. That's what tourists are. That's what they do.
Exactly. But yeah, so I guess if he was just using his phone and didn't have all this fancy equipment, they wouldn't care. I mean, like, what's the difference? It's, it's silly.
None that I can see.
What's that?
I said, there is no difference that I can see.
Right. It's
still photography.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
We already know.
Oh, I guess that's it. Yep. So yeah, so that's Mike from KULT News, and really good dude, man. That's just, I like his work too, what he does, but I also like him as a person. He's just like really cool guy. So I'm looking forward to that, to like actually get to meet him. And
well, how about this person by the name of Nick Johnson? What do you think of him?
Nick Johnson, that is who I was going to bring up next. Let's see. This guy, I don't know if anyone here knows him, but about 1 million other people do. 954,000 to be exact. Let's see what his shorts. Let's see, he's got shorts. He's got plenty of shorts. Oh, what would be a good one?
Fox. I don't know how to say that name. So, I can't say it. But anyway, says there's more to the story. They didn't arrest him for taking photos.
What was it? I mean, I watched the whole video unless I missed something. What did I miss, Val?
Calling Val, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, what did we miss? I'm kind of anxious to see that myself.
Because I watched the whole video, and I mean, he was standing in public. I mean, he was filming a bank too, I think, but he was in public. It's still not against the law. And then I remember the Sergeant Brown pulled up and had his ego.
Yep, that I'm a cop ego stuff, and I carry a gun and a badge, so that makes me way better than you.
You must respect my authority.
Absolutely.
Wow, it is raining like crazy here, man.
Well, I'm glad it's you this time, not me. We're normally the ones always getting the bad weather here. When we're on,
it's like downpouring.
Have you had any trouble getting with YouTube? I don't know if it's cyber attacks or what, but on mine, it's going in and out all the time on my TV. When I'm trying to watch something, it goes completely out. I have to, turn my TV off and go back, and sometimes it's back up and sometimes it's not. It's not my stuff here. I mean, my internet's all right because I can go to Rumble and it's working right or fine. But for some reason, YouTube here lately for me has just been, going nutty.
Yeah, I don't think so for me, but I haven't really been. Well, I mean, I would have noticed it if it was happening, right? Like,
some of the videos, it hadn't got any. They're not even. They're not in any way controversial. They're just videos. Whatever. And then, it just goes out. Little lines come through it like it's what do you call that when there's little lines in it? I can't think of the word now. I know what it is. Can't think of it though. But anyway, it's when it's breaking up. Pixeling. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Pixeling. Okay. I would have never thought of pixeling, ever.
I'm surprised
So,
that.
there's an eclipse every day in the aisle of Walmart. So this is Nick Johnson. And the funny thing is, I just found this guy's channel, a little over a month ago.
Not even been that long.
He was in Detroit, and his video was in Detroit. And I was what is this? I got to check this out. And I watched, and I was like, wow, this guy's really good. I like his videos. And then I watched a bunch, and then I left him a message, and he responded. And so here we go. This is one of his shorts.
Concentrated cluster of racist searches are in the deep south, but rather along a spine of the Appalachians running from Georgia and into southern Vermont. Now, the eastern part of Kentucky has shown a tremendous amount of racist beliefs on Google, and that's a trend we're going to see moving forward a lot as we explore more of Appalachia. Many people in Kentucky aren't even casually racist or closeted racist. They're out. Here we are in Louisiana, which ranked really high on both racist Google search queries as well as racist tweets. Next up's Pennsylvania. When you look at the Google search study, there really isn't any part of the state which didn't have any strong racist tendencies, except for the state capital region near Harrisburg. Up next is Ohio, which has a lot of really racist people when you measure their behavior online. West Virginia is first by far when it comes to derogatory language aimed at African Americans on Twitter. In fact, the number of racist tweets coming out of West Virginia was triple that of the second highest state, Maryland. As you can see.
So I'm just playing the shorts because they're quick, but
he's a funny guy. I mean, it's a comical show. But
his videos are great, and he travels the country. Like, so everything in that short you seen was him actually filming. And let me see if I can go pull up one of his actual videos.
No, everything he's saying, not Nick, is true. I mean, he does his research and everything, so it's supposed to be true. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, this is Detroit. This is where I grew up.
They have a pretty cool view of downtown.
This is a video where
come over here and walk and picnic. Keep it clean.
That's Belle Isle.
And guess what, everyone? No bums. At least not on the day I was here. This was in California. There'd be tents everywhere.
So, but yeah, he's a super cool guy and funny and educated, and he does his research.
Did you know he was a teacher? Yeah, I think in college or high school, one or the other.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I guess.
And not only is he most likely going to be a guest on this show, he's also coming to Hawaii. So I'm going to, what do they call that? Make an appearance on one of his videos.
Steve's going to be more famous than he is right now. I'll tell you what, it's going to get to the point Steve don't even have to buy an airplane ticket. I mean, they just give it to him because they're so happy to have him on the plane.
Yep. That's one of my goals. That's one of my goals for sure. But it'd be pretty cool. Guy's got almost 1 million subs, and I'll be in his one of his Hawaii videos.
Yeah, I hope he does come on. Here, I'm sure he'll have you on his, but will he come on here? I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
And I get to show him around too.
There you go.
I get to take him to that spot where most people know about it, but don't really know where it is because it's so well hidden. But it's like a homeless encampment. It's a huge piece of land, and they basically got their own mayor that runs it. Because even though it's a bunch of homeless people, they keep it well kept, and they just don't let any homeless person just stumble in. It's like you got to hold your own, and it's like their own little community. It's weird.
Chap, I will go to the post office tomorrow and see if it's there. Whatever it is, I hope it's there.
Mr. Postman, give me a treat.
I would love to have $1 million prize. That'd be wonderful. I can't see Chap give me $1 million, or even if he had it.
That's funny. That just reminded me of a contractor I do work for was telling me a story the other day about, because I was complaining to him. Who's that? Oh, Camo Carl, what's up? I was complaining about my customer that still hasn't paid me, that lives right across the street from me. Oh, but anyway, I was complaining about that to this guy, and he told me a story about way back when he first started doing contracting, and he's like, yeah, you know, and I was just starting out, and he was broke, and he had this job, and this lady seemed really nice, and so he had like a couple $1,000s out of pocket to get all the stuff to do the job. And then they do the job, and it turned out nice, and then they, you know, go to sit down with the lady, and you know, he's like, I'm just sitting there going, I don't see a checkbook, I don't see cash, like I don't see what the hell's going on, you know. And he goes, then the lady goes, and it was like this older lady, and then she goes, what the hell is that shit called? The sweepstakes shit. But then she pulled that. She's like, you know, I do the sweepstakes, so once that money comes in, I'm gonna pay you. And he's like, huh? What do you mean once your sweepstake money comes in? Like, you didn't even
she hadn't
win.
paid you yet.
Or no, my neighbor, but this is the contractor story about what this lady did to him like a couple decades ago. But then I'm sitting there going, dude, that sucks. This guy lost $3,000. But then I guess when he was leaving, the son came home and he's like, hey, you know, what the hell? And he's like, oh, did she give you the whole sweepstakes story? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, don't worry, we're going to pay you. So the son took care of it. But I could imagine the scare. Like, holy shit, dude, I just did all this work, man. And this lady's telling me once she wins the sweepstakes, she'll pay me.
Yeah, no kidding. You know what? I think if it were me, I think I'd start getting at least part of it up front. You know, I say I've been run over so many times by people that I'm going to have to charge you, you know, X amount of dollars to even start. Now, I'll go get all the parts, whatever I need to do. And when I come back to start the job, you know, you've got to pay me then or I won't install or whatever.
Yeah. I actually, that's funny you said that because just last week, I actually started doing that. That's like my new policy or whatever, because especially after my neighbor still haven't got paid.
I heard that.
It's my new policy. Anything over $500 is I need up front.
Darn right. I wouldn't even do anything. Even if it was $50, I'd still get $25 up front. I don't want to beat out of nothing.
It just blows my mind though how it's like how people are, you know, they have a plumbing emergency, like anything plumbing wise to a homeowner or whatever it's an emergency to them.
Mm-hmm.
But how, you know, oh, I need you, and then I go out of my way, I bend over, I, you know, mess with the schedule and make other people wait longer to go out of my way for you, but then when it comes time to pay, oh, just screw him.
Sweepstakes.
You know, yeah. Like, well, when you needed it right away, I was there, but now when it's time to pay, it's just screw me. Like, nah.
That's basically the way it works.
So, yeah. Now, hey, Awaken Trillium, aloha, Joe Kerr. What's up, Joe?
What up,
But
Joe?
yeah, from now
Awaken?
on, it's like there's another one I have coming up this week, I think, and it's a couple thousand, but half of it is the cost of material. But that's what I told them. I'm like, I need half up front.
Well, that's the only way to operate, if you ask me. That way, you know, if they don't pay the rest of it, at least you don't get beat out of all of it.
Right. And that's what a lot of my customers that have told me the same story. Like different customers don't even know each other, but you know, like, yeah, the last guy we used, and you know, it was a $10,000 job. We gave him $5,000 up front, and then we've never heard from him since. They basically and it's like, how do you do that? You live on an island. It's like, how do you do that? But it happens a lot.
Hey, well, one
Most of
time
my customers have told me that story, and that's why I'm like their plumber, because they know I'm not going to take their money and skip town.
One time there was my parents lived in Kansas at the time, and my brother and I, we just went up there to visit, and they needed a wall. They was renting this house, and the front wall needed replacing. It faced kind of the northwest, and when it got really cold, well, there was a lot of cold air coming through there, and so the guy that owned the house wanted to ask me and my brother if we would fix that wall. So we did. We only did it for my parents. Charged him very little money, but it took all day long. But we had to fix it where the whole house wouldn't fall down when we took the wall out, and then redo the wall. And believe me, it was a job. And no more than we charged this guy. He wrote us a check, and on the way out though, I didn't figure it was any place here in Texas that time. I was going to get it cashed at. So my brother-in-law and sister had a beer joint there, right close to where they lived. It wasn't much of a beer joint, but it was a beer joint. So I stopped there and they cashed the check. Well, this asshole stopped payment on the check because we lived in Texas and he thought nothing would ever happen. He never stopped to think we was going to get cashed in Kansas. But they made him pay. They got their money out of the check. But it's just, it's how rotten people can be. And I've never had a plumber come to my house and not be paid right then and there.
Right.
We always had to pay up front.
Yeah, and I'd say 50%, because when I do work for realtors or property managers or contractors, then there's that whole 30 net. But yeah, that shit kills me even worse. But I mean, they always pay, just not right then. But yeah, any like regular customer, like a job I have tomorrow, they know that once I'm done, they're paying me. And
so what you're saying is they pay on their time schedule, not yours.
Well, yeah, like my neighbor, yeah. What I don't get is how, I don't know, because I've done work for 7, 8, maybe 9 of my other neighbors multiple times for each of them. And every time they had cash waiting for when I was done. So I don't understand. And the one I did for this neighbor was big job. I had to bring another plumbing friend in because he had the equipment. So it was a big job. And to live directly across the street from me and to do that, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no lie.
And I even, before we even started too, I said, I know you mentioned your insurance company. And I'm like, but I have nothing to do with that. Like, you're going to pay me. If they reimburse you, that's fine, whatever. But just so we're on the same page, like, you're paying me. And then that's all between, She's like, oh, yeah. And then afterwards, well, I'm waiting to hear back from my insurance company. I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to do with that.
Absolutely.
I don't care. Like, so what are you saying? If your insurance decides not to cover it, then I'm not getting paid either. What the hell does that? Like, I don't care. Like, we agreed that you're paying me, and it's been over 3 weeks. And
so you don't have them sign contracts, do you, or do you?
Not all the time. I'm going to start all the time now. I mean, but that's what I mean. Like, I've done work up to 9 of my other neighbors, and I'd never think I'd have to worry about something like that with the neighbor, And then she starts pulling that, and it was under the excluded, but like any holes we had to make in drywall, excluded, not my responsibility. And then she starts pulling oh, what about these holes? And I'm like, again, nothing to do with me, And I even did extra work. I didn't even charge her for it. So, but now these guys that help me, I haven't paid them yet because she hasn't paid me. And now they won't, I'm losing other jobs because when I get bigger ones that they have the equipment and I don't, and I need them, they're like, yeah, sorry, man. You got to pay us for the work we did. We're not going to help you do any more work, So it's like, she's really messing with my livelihood.
What's up, Mayhem? Good to see you, brother.
Mayhem. Aloha.
Yeah, I mean,
I know Creek's still listening.
Creek. LSP, what's up, LSP? Good to see you, brother.
You need to file 20-day prelim notices, which are only protection from not getting paid.
I don't know what a prelim notice is, so
that's what I'm thinking about. It's like limitation.
I would think it says for preliminary, but I don't know.
But either way, I'm going to get on that lady's ass probably today, probably after this.
We did
a rainy day.
We did a big old building for a guy down in at that time, the city was just growing. It's really grown now, but at the time, it wasn't that big. But anyway, we were redoing this building. It's an office building that we were redoing for him. And but it was close to an apartment complex where there's a lot of kids. And every time we'd get, whatever done, these kids, when we go home at night, these kids come up and tear everything back down. So we had to redo all this, I don't know how many times. And so we finally told him, hey, we're going to have to start charging for this. We can't keep doing this for free. And he said, okay, no problem. Go ahead. And I think he hired a security guard. I'm not sure now. But anyway, so we fixed it again and went on to work. We got through with the job, and then he didn't want to pay. So we went into his office, and he was sitting behind his desk, like some big important guy or something. And I went over to the desk after him because he was being a total asshole, not wanting to pay us. And my friend, thank God, drug my ass back. My partner that was working with me drug me back from beating the crap out of him or from getting beat, whatever. But we had to wind up filing a labor lien against him. Another, I think it was, I don't know, it might have been $25. I don't remember if it was 25 or 75. But whatever it was, we never got a nickel out of that. Not one dime. After completely redoing the building 2 or 3 times, really, and never got a dime out of it.
Oh, shitty, man. That's yeah. Especially
and he had the money to pay.
And he said, we're going to start charging you. And he's like, yeah. It's like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, because he wanted us to do the building. He wanted to make sure the building was done. Oh, he had no problem because he wasn't going to pay us anyway. Yeah, it's fine. And the way those labor liens are supposed to work, at least here in Texas, is that once it's filed, whoever buys the house is supposed to have to pay that money right then. But we've never got a nickel out of it. I don't remember where the house is at now, or the building was at, because this place, this city has grown tremendously. The building may not be there anymore. I don't know. But it's just a whole big old rip. What's up, El Coro? Good to see you, brother.
El Coro, brother from down under.
Absolutely.
Good day. Yeah, that reminds me. We had this was back in Detroit when I was in my early 20s. Me and Nate were working, and this company we worked for that sent us to the hood to repipe this house. Like somebody bought this house in the hood thinking Detroit's coming back. I'm investing. So they're like, yeah, just go repipe the house. And we're like, and copper? And they're like, yeah. And we're like, all right, So we go and repipe this entire house in the hood. Next morning we go to work, and we're like, what we got today? And he's like, tells us that same job. And we're like, we finished it yesterday. He goes, someone went in last night and ripped all the copper out for scrap. So you got to go put it all back in. And we're like, in copper? And he's like, yeah. And we're like, your company, bro. So we did it, and it happened again. And then finally it was like, yeah, put PEX in. It's like, that's what we were trying to say the whole time, jerk. Like, but your company. So
yeah, same thing happened with the house I was working on. The guy, it was kind of out in the country at the time. Now I don't know about now, but it was a big fancy house. And so we was working on it that night. After we left, somebody came in and stole all the copper. They'd already been out, around the copper for everything, even the air conditioning system. Big old tube of copper. They cut it off the slab, got every last bit of it. This happened 3 times. They finally had to they kept calling the cops there. And cops said, well, what are we supposed to do? We can't sit here all night and watch. And so he had to wind up hiring a security guard to sit out there. Plus, the fourth time, he didn't put copper back in it. He put the other stuff. I don't know what it's called.
PEX.
Okay. Yeah. He put that stuff in it. I mean,
that's what you got to do in those neighborhoods. You have to, man, because they'll steal any kind of copper, brass, anything metal.
You ain't kidding. I'll tell you what, I used to walk around after I'd get through, doing my job, and whatever the plumbers, electricians would leave, I just pick it up and save it. And I mean, I had 55-gallon drums full of copper, but they got to where they would pick up every last little chunk themselves before they left because it was so expensive, that they couldn't leave it on. Their bosses wouldn't let them leave it on the job anymore. That's the way it always ought to be.
That's what I have. I save all my scrap, and it's little pieces here, little pieces there, and then I forget about it. I just keep throwing it. I got like an old laundry tub in my backyard that once that was filled, then I had like a 55-gallon trash can, and that's full. And then when I do go take it back, it's like, damn.
Yeah, I got that copper. You can save it up for a year or two, and man, I'm telling you, you got at least what it was going for then. I don't know what it's going for now, but there's some good money in it.
And that's the thing too, is most scrapyards, if you're not like a regular, if you don't go to that scrapyard all the time, they rip you off and they don't give you the full amount you should be getting. So when I take it back, and I know I get ripped off, but so when I take it back and I'm getting, $700, $800, $900, it's like, man, it's probably like $1,500 worth, dude.
Yeah, more than likely is. Well, the way they grade is I don't care how clean the copper is. There's no such thing as number one to a scrapyard, at least not around here. It's number two or lower.
Right. Yeah. Well, in Michigan anyway, I'm not out here. Everything's corrupt out here. I'm not sure how they do it, but in Michigan anyway, it would be like type A and type B. And it's like you said, it's not clean, but what they meant by it in Michigan was like type A is for like with copper. If you have a piece of copper, and let's say it's two pieces of copper and then a 90 that's sweated, that would be B. But if you have just copper with no sweat joints or anything on it, then that would be A.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. But I don't care how clean it is. It's number two or lower. You can put it into different piles, barrels, or whatever. Still don't matter. But the reason they do it is because a lot of people, when they're saving it, they'll put rocks and stuff in it to make it heavier, and crimp the ends. So they grade everything as number two because they know that people are doing that. But it rips off people that aren't doing it.
Right. Yeah. Wait, wouldn't I say Okudos? I haven't heard that in Khalid because I go to. I'm gonna write that down.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A scrapyard in Kalihi. That's where my shop used to be. But I go over by Sand Island, there's a couple over there. There's one I won't go to anymore because, and this was 8-9 years ago, but when I was still at my last company, and once we'd have 7, 8, or 9 old water heaters, we'd load them all up, take them to the scrapyard. We'd go to, I forgot the name of the place, but then we went and I had a bunch of heaters, and the guy was like 18. And I'm like, oh, $18, that's cool. And he's like, no, $18 And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. It was like 8 water heater. And he's like, no, I'm like, I got to pay you? And I'm like, this is a scrapyard, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, for water heaters, we have to charge you to take them. I'm like, dude, that can't be legal. There's no way. It's like, you're still making money on this stuff. How am I paying you on top of it? So we stopped going there.
Well, it's kind of like when you buy new tires, and the old tires that take off your car, and I think they charge you for them here where they can resell them or not. They charge that what's called a tax because the way they have to get rid of the tires, and most of the time the tires wind up on the side of the road somewhere.
Yep.
But they charge you for those tires that they have to get rid of, or that they're supposed to get rid of.
Yeah, disposal fee.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of crap. It'd be different if they actually got rid of them. What they mostly do is they'll take them and put them in, on some kind of machine that cuts them into little bitty pieces. And there are people that use them to make driveways and stuff with, but very few because it looks like crap.
Right. No, but I seen a video on that too about recycling the rubber from tires, and yeah, they use that. They can use that for a lot of good things. So it's not like they're burning them and a bunch of black soot in the air.
No, I think what they do, and like I said a while ago, I think they just take them most of them, just throw them in a ditch somewhere and say, yeah, we done it the right way. We sent it to so-and-so company.
Yeah, that's Detroit. That sounds like Detroit right there. That's everywhere you go in Detroit. You see piles of tires laying around.
Well, I mean, that's Detroit, though. What else do you expect?
Right.
I'm so glad I don't live around a big city. Dallas is probably just as bad. Believe me, I'm not really making fun. I'm making fun of all big cities, particularly ones that are led by Democrats. Sorry if I'm offending anybody, but just the way I look at things. I mean, I think that the Democrats literally set out to mess things up for everybody, because what they do is, they give you these, programs, whatever, some kind of welfare or whatever, and get you hooked on that. And then they've got control of your life.
And why is that too? That most big cities are Democrat run.
I think it's because they're kind of like a robot, a machine like thing. I can't even say it out loud.
Well, yeah, because it's always like the big city in whatever state that is, but then the surrounding areas it's all red. But then like that main big city part is blue. It's like, and then that main big city part is always the shitty area, the hood, the rundown, the not well taken care of. And then all around it is red, and that's all the nice parts. So it's like, duh, there's your answer.
Yeah, exactly. But they keep voting for them. It's funny because people moving from California to Florida, here to Texas, to get away from the way they run California.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I hope they don't start voting the same way here, and they most likely will.
Yep, and then they vote the same, but either trying to get away from it, but then they're still voting the same. It's like,
what does it take to learn? Good grief.
I guess you can't teach common sense. Speaking of common sense, that just reminded me, because in the beginning you asked anything new, and I don't know how I forgot about this, but this just happened yesterday. Creek's the only one that knows, because right after it happened, I messaged Creek because I was upset. And it's been a long time since I've lost my temper, and I lost my shit, like road rage. I was hanging out my window halfway, like I was. And I got a dash cam. Damn it, I forgot to bring in my memory chip, and I was gonna shit. All right. Next time. But I wish that my dash cam also had me on there, because I don't know who that guy was yesterday, man.
What did he do? What was you testing him out for?
Well, there's like
the whole story.
There's this road, like on my way to get on the highway, and the road that I'm on is the main road, and it's at least 3 lanes. I think it's 4 lanes. Yeah, it's 4 lanes. And then right before you get to a highway, there's like a side street that comes in and kind of merges, but they have a yield sign, right? So you got main road, this one coming to merge in, but a yield sign. And one of these days, I'm going to just go stand there for a couple hours and just record, because it's amazing that nobody knows what a yield sign is, or they just think they're better than everyone. And then everyone on the main road is supposed to stop to let them in. They just don't understand how it works. Happens all the time, guaranteed, 99.9% of the time. So yesterday I'm going that way, and I see all these, and I'm like, God, I hate this this area because these idiots think that we're supposed to stop for them to let them in. They don't know what a yield sign is. And so there was a black Explorer and they were stopped. And I'm like, okay, this guy gets it. He knows what a yield sign is. But then there's a work truck behind that Explorer and you could tell he was getting pissed. So he like pulls out to go around the Explorer because the Explorer is following traffic laws. But the work truck is like, oh, you just go. They'll stop. They have to stop. So if I wasn't paying attention to all that, he would have pulled out and hit me. But I seen it. I'm like, because I know that it happens all the time.
But
and
you
so when he did that, I just laid on the horn and, got out, swerved over and then got back in front of him. And then he whips around calling me an asshole and going, and I'm like, do you not know what a fucking yield sign is, you stupid? And then I'm like driving, but at the same time, I'm halfway out my window and I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. And then he just like got this weird look in his eyes and just drove off real fast. And then I went this way to get on the highway and he went straight. And then afterwards, I'm just like, oh God, I'm just trying to calm down. And then I'm like, oh, I got dash cam. I'm like, sweet, I got it all on camera, but no sound because I had the mic turned off. I was like, damn it. But at least I got the footage. So I'm going to download that and show everybody and send out a message to Oahu to learn road etiquette. Damn it.
Did you get his tag number in there? Do you think on the video?
I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm pretty sure it would be on there.
Well, I don't know the laws in Hawaii about that, but sometimes when you get a person's tag number, it can get you in trouble if you put it out publicly.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, I don't know about Hawaii now. I'm just saying some states are like that. Some cities are like that within states.
Oh, that's weird though, because you would think, because I mean it's public, right? It's public information. Like,
you'd think. I'm just saying, check before you do it so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Right.
It may not even be like that there.
Yeah, or I might just blur it out. I might just blur it out to play it safe.
But
I'm definitely going to expose this guy. And I didn't even look at what the name of the company was because it was a work truck and it was lettered. So I have no idea, but I'm exposing the shit out of them. I'm going to make an example out of you, boy.
Well, I'll try to be sure and catch that one, Steve. Be sure and text and let me know when you put it up there so I don't miss it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like, go ahead.
I might show it next week. Just before I even put it, I might just show it on our live just to.
That sounds good. That'll work. It's kind of like with Big Chap's memes. Believe me, I missed very few of them, but not like when he and I do a show together. Almost every time he's asked me, "Did you see this meme I made?" No, I didn't see that one, and I don't know how the hell I miss them because I see a million of them. Right. And I always like them and stuff, but he's always mentioning one that I hadn't seen. It's like he knows what my head, and you need to look at this one too.
Yeah, Big Chap's always got good memes. Big Chap and Anarchy Television. Those are the two. When I think of memes, those are the two channels I think of automatically.
Someone else that has good memes is shoot, if I can think of his name now, Mo Delk, I think his name.
Oh, Maurice Delk.
Maurice, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some good ones.
Yeah, I did a live stream with him a while back on his channel. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I seen that. I know. But yesterday, when I last meme his I seen, had over 30,000 likes. 30 freaking thousand likes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, there you go, Indy. Yeah, here's Anarchy Wingnut. Maurice Delk. Hey, look at this. I've been trying to get this guy to come on our show since 2 years ago when we first started doing it. Remember?
He don't want it, I don't guess.
He was having internet issues with his Wi-Fi and stuff because he kind of lives remote.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
But aloha, Mike. Good to see you, brother. Really good to see you, man. Yeah, check out Mike's channel, dude. He's got you'd really like Mike's channel, Ronnie.
And does he go off on things like I do?
Yeah.
All right. I'll check him out.
Yeah, you really like his channel. He exposes the silliness and he makes it funny too. And yeah, great channel, man. I've been following Mike before I even started growing my channel.
Well, see, maybe that's my problem. I don't try to make things funny. The things I tell about, I want it to be serious, but I don't know. I guess it's up to people if they think I'm funny or not, but I'm not intending to be most of the time if I am. I just like to get stuff out there and let people make up their own minds, about whatever.
Right. That's how it should be. Seriously, that's how it should be.
It should, but certain people don't see it that way. That's for certain.
Hey, C-Cell. Aloha. Good to see you, C-Cell. But yeah, Boots got that right. There's not privacy in public. Plain view doctrine.
Well, I don't know. All I know is people around here have got in trouble for showing people's tag numbers before. Not in this town that I'm in now, but I mean here in my area.
Well, shoot, I've seen videos where they what was maybe not the FB, but or maybe it was, but they'd go to people's houses because of stuff they posted on the internet. It's like you can't have a 3-letter agency investigate you because what you're posting on the internet.
Well, I guarantee you that at least from what I've been hearing, that there are certain agencies in this country that are definitely watching all social media and at least talking about going after people that post things that they don't like. And I think anybody can figure out the ones I'm talking about pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't said anything to me yet. I mean, I may get a knock on the door some night at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, "Hey, come with us." I hope not. Anything's possible.
If you do, just tell them to get off your property, and you're going to exercise your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Well, that would be what I do, but I'm just saying if they're intent on arresting me, and break down my door or whatever, and pull out their 6 guns, start blasting, well, then I'd be forced to blast back, so. And I don't have Chap here with me with all the hardware that I need. I mean, I have a little bit of my own, but not what Chap's got.
Chap's the guy you want next to you for the hardware, for sure. Shit. So yeah, Mr. Cheddar Pepper. Yep, exactly. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah, Clown World Insanity, Mike versus everyone. That's you'll put it this way, Cheddar. You'll end up binge watching it.
I'll check him out. But you got to check out my channel too, though.
Oh yeah, he's on the same team.
Problem is, all my good ones, every good one I do, they find a reason to take it down. It's either a copyright thing or, I said one little thing wrong, and so they give me a strike for it. Whatever, it's always something. I'm gonna have to start talking about all this crap on your and Chap's channel so I can quit getting strikes. Jogging a few.
Big Chap hardware, huh? Yeah. Who? Where? What? What hardware? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that hammer-like thing that you have, Chap. If you hang on to one end of it, you can drive a nail with it. I guess you wouldn't want to do that, but you could if you wanted to.
Here, let's hold on real quick. Let's give Mike versus everyone a little exposure.
Right on.
My creator insight said you guys want to hear about pronouns. And so my pronouns are he, they. This is my pride flag, Progress 2.0. I think pronouns are really important because while labels don't always have to define you, some of you guys find it important. What is important to you is what's important to you, right? So one thing I find really important for students and for anyone that is in the LGBT community is be able to identify who you are so you can find better ways to express yourself. Your happiness is what matters because you are what matters. You are your own main character, right? So it's really important to have pronouns just so people can find who they are and identify themselves as they would like to be, because who you are is who you are, you know? Your happiness is what matters. Your joy is your joy. Yeah, pronouns are just descriptors. It's fine.
What did you just say?
And so my pronouns are he, they.
That doesn't make sense.
So that young lady we just heard from in the first clip who uses he, they pronouns is a public school teacher in Florida. Now, I'm not quite for sure exactly what grade she teaches, but I'd be willing to bet that it's probably pretty young kids for her to think that she can actually convince her students that she's a he, they. Homeschool your children. Yep. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a very crazy clown world update for you guys today. And as usual, we have very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this old timer with the yellow dress on is Doreen. Now, Doreen is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a lesbian.
Wait, that's a man? No way.
That video you just showed, I played it on my channel before too. The fat gal, the teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen it. I haven't watched this one yet. But that chick was out of breath just from talking.
Yeah, sitting there talking.
I feel sorry for her. It's like, just get in a little bit of shape. I mean, how can you be out of breath from talking? What were you running? No, I was just talking.
Can you imagine her teaching a class? You could say 2 or 3 words and tell the kids, give me a second. Right. Give me a second. I gotta catch my breath.
Okay, kids. It's lunchtime. Oh yeah, lunchtime.
Was she pretty though, Steve? I mean, golly, she's so pretty. Not.
Yeah, I had to pause this because he said this is actually a biological man. I would have never guessed.
Nah, no way.
Never guessed.
Can't be a man. I mean, he's way too ugly. Or she, he, it, whatever.
Wow. And you know why I have so much respect for Mike versus Everyone and his channel and everything it does is because he does the research on all this stuff. And he's a sober man. So I would have lost my shit a long time ago having to, because I know what goes into editing and making a video. So I don't know how you haven't lost your shit by now, Mike, because this, he makes it so it's easy for us to watch and to laugh at. But when you're watching all of it and editing it and watching it over and over and over, and it's like, oh, I want to kill these people. They're mentally ill and they're taking over the country.
Yeah, and what's funny about it is, taking over the country is there's way less of them than there are of conservative people. I'll put it like that. But yet they've got control. So you got to ask yourself, how in the world did all these people get control of a lot of states, a lot of cities, particularly the big cities? How did they do that? Well, it wasn't by, legal means, put it like that. I don't think.
Right.
I would bet money it wasn't by legal means. Well, let me change it to legit means. Maybe that sounds a little less threatening.
That blonde chick dude thing looked rode hard like a bull at the rodeo.
Well, it's kind of creepy looking there, wasn't it, Bridge Runner? I'm here to tell you. And I did say it.
Dude, that's funny because I was just, I don't know why, but media, oh shit, my screen just went black. Am I still here? Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, but you're froze.
My screen just black. I don't even see anything.
Huh.
Shit. All right.
And here it is. You're the party one. Mine should have froze. I mean, it wouldn't make any difference. No, we're looking at me, but Steve, you're the party one. We got to have you up here, but we can still see your picture.
Dude, this is crazy. It's like, okay, wait, like part of the chat just popped up in the middle, but everything's, what the hell? What the hell? That reminds me too. I still say that, and I got that from Mike versus Everyone's videos. What the hell is even that? What the hell's going on with I might have to drop down and come back up because this has done this before, but only for like a second. But it's still all black.
Well, they might be bombing you, Steve. I mean, who knows?
Shit. Damn.
I know I've had some weird stuff happen on my channel in the past.
All right. Well, you still got control of everything, right?
Yep.
To the StreamYard. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna restart real quick.
Well, hurry up so I don't miss you too much.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. And while he's gone, we talk about him behind his back. Anything y'all want to say, go ahead and say it now. I won't tell him, I promise. He'll have to go back and read the chat. And I know he ain't going to do that. He's like me. He's too lazy. Oh, Carl says he thinks you're flipping crazy, Steve, for even thinking about leaving Hawaii to go back to Detroit. I hear you, Carl. I totally agree. You know, why would you leave paradise, even though you might have nuts in charge of you? Why would you leave there to go to a place that's colder than, what, South Pole, and still run by idiots? I wouldn't. That's all I know. But hey, it is expensive, very expensive to live in Hawaii. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know. They just think about number one in the number two business. I like that LSP. Steve is the number one in the number two business. He sure is. Yeah, Chris, you and me both. I'm gonna have to ask him about that when he gets back. If he's still planning on leaving Hawaii just to go back to Detroit. But then again, maybe he's homesick. I don't know. You think after however long he's been there though now, 17, 18, whatever many years it's been, you'd think that Hawaii would be his home. Now, if he goes back to Detroit, he's going to get homesick for Hawaii. But Steve will figure out something. I know Steve. He ain't going to leave Hawaii. If he did, I bet Miss Nina wouldn't go. Not permanently, anyway. He says, I'd never go back to Detroit. That's kind of what I thought, Steve. I agree, Rocksteady. I don't think you will either. We will find out when he comes back, though, where this rumor came from. Yeah, that's one reason why I would hate to go to Hawaii, because if I did, I wouldn't want to leave. You know what, 70, maybe 80 degrees high temperature in any month? Shoot. I could live with that. I've been sitting here for so long now through all this cold weather, just, you know, couldn't wait for it to turn warm so I could keep my doors and everything open. Finally, it's turned warm, and I'm just happy as a clown. However happy that is. Every day is nice weather in Hawaii. Absolutely. Then if you go back to Detroit, or even some places in Texas, you have to freeze your butt off and put up with the snow and the sleet and all that. But at least here in Texas, you don't have to have snow tires and all that. And there's hardly ever any salt put on the roads to eat your car up. So if I had to pick, I would definitely pick Texas myself. But then I'm a Texan, so. Yeah, you did. Joe was here just a minute ago, LSP. I don't know where he went, but he was here. I guess he had to leave. Joe, you still around? Oh, Joe. Are you still around, Joe? Oh, wrong one. Sounds like they even have a nice homeless camp, too. Oh, I'm sure they do in Hawaii. They probably got more things and money than us folks that, well, I don't work anymore, but when I used to work, they probably have more money than I did then and don't hit a lick. You're from Hawaii? Really? It's too warm for you there, says Nada. Wow. Well, where'd you live before? Did you go back to, I mean, surely you're not from Detroit. Maybe you are. But Detroit would be way too cold for me. Anywhere in Michigan would be too cold for me. I tell you, Kansas is too cold for me. I still have a sister living in Wichita, Kansas. And believe me, I was up there one year, and it was so cold that it's first I might have seen it, but it had these ice crystals had frozen in the air, and they were falling. And it was they were kind of had a pinkish hue to them when you looked up. I didn't know what it was at first, and then we were watching the weather, and they were telling that that's what it was the ice crystals or water crystals, whatever in the air freezing is falling. Believe me, it was plenty cold up there. Wasn't enough moisture in the air to snow, but there was definitely enough there for the ice crystals to fall. Wichita, the Wichita lineman is still on the line. Wichita. Wichita, however you want to say it. Oh, I think our guy's back. There he is.
Wow.
Unfrozen.
It didn't take long to restart, but then when I got back in StreamYard, it kept saying that I didn't have a mic or a cam. I'm like, what the hell is even that?
They don't want you to come back up. That's what it was.
I'm telling you. It's the rain, man. It's been raining all day.
Well, mine does it sometimes too. It'll tell me I don't have a mic or camera or whatever, but then when I go on, it works. So I don't know why it says it. Yeah, Salt is from Kansas. She knows what I'm talking about. It can get very cold up there.
But yeah, I don't know why anyone would think that I would leave Hawaii. I would never go back to Detroit. Maybe to visit. But
I didn't think I'd ever heard you say that, but Van, what's up, Van? Good to see you, brother.
Speaking of Van the man with the beautiful beard, I was going to say, because we do want to do van life and go to the mainland and travel, like maybe from California to Michigan and everywhere in between, but not permanently. I have nightmares that I'm in Michigan, and in my dream, I'm like, there's no such thing as airplanes or anything like that, and there's no way for. And I'm like, you don't understand. I don't live here. I live in Hawaii. You don't understand. And it's like cold, and the dreams are just so real, and so they're nightmares. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm still here. All right.
So what would it take to get you to move back to Michigan?
A lot. A
Money
whole
wise,
lot.
would you want the whole city of Detroit, or what would it take?
Millions of dollars.
I bet it would. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't go back either.
I do not miss it. I don't miss the cold. It's just even like, which is very rare, but here, like today kind of is. It's just like gray, rainy, cloudy, and just like, ugh. But it was like that all year round in Michigan. It was just always like, just, you know.
Well, Nada says that he left Hawaii, or she, whichever one, I don't know if it's a male or female, but says they left Hawaii to move back to the States, continental U.S.
Yeah, 40 years in Hawaii. Yeah, that's a long time.
Said it was too warm, which is or hot, so we're gonna look at it. That seems kind of odd to me, man. I mean, everybody their own taste, of course. I mean, I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying, I like the warm weather myself. I can't take it.
Yeah, that's me, because I grew up in Michigan and I hate the cold so much that I would rather it be hot, like even too hot, than to be in the cold.
No kidding. Which reminds me, I got to get up and turn my AC on because it's getting warm in here for some reason or another. Well, like Craig says, I got the devil sitting right here beside me and he's making it hot, I guess. I'll be right back, Steve.
Okay. Yeah, I do too, Chrissy. I guess if that would be the one thing I miss, but not living it. You know what I mean? Like that'd be it'd be fun for me to go and visit in the fall when the leaves are changing, but something very serious has to happen for me to go back in the wintertime, put it that way. I think the last time I went in the wintertime was like 13 years ago, maybe 14 years ago. And yeah, because I wasn't even living here that long, and I went back for Christmas. And as soon as I got off the plane, I'm like, why didn't I come in summer? Why did I come to visit? Now it's freaking -6 degrees, and it was 80 degrees where I just came from. What's up, this and that with Matt? Aloha. Double Dog. Aloha.
D-Dog. Everybody. A few people come in since I just got up to go turn the AC on. I was sitting here a while ago and my grandson came up and he said, because I had the doors open, AC going. He said, "You're sitting here with the door open and the air conditioner on?" I said, "What's wrong with that?" Because here,
because when
I
I
don't
was
have to pay my light bill, so
and when I was a kid, I used to get yelled at like, they used to say, "We're not heating the outside." Well, you're born in a barn, and they said, when you're my age, you can do whatever you want. Well, I'm that age now, so yeah, hell yeah, the door's open.
Exactly.
I can do whatever I want.
Well, that's exactly what I used to say to them, if they left the door, whatever, close the door. What are you trying to do, heat the whole world?
Right.
But hey, I mean, here, like I say, I don't have to pay the electricity bill, so I ain't worried about it.
Dang, that's awesome.
It sure is.
Our electric bill is like almost half as much as our mortgage.
Hey.
Talk about a monopoly. I mean, that's exaggerating, but
Yeah, it's weird because here in Texas, Texas has got its own power grid. We don't get it from anywhere else. It comes from right here in the state of Texas. It don't go to anywhere else either. But they still, they mess with us a lot, but you can get it from several different providers. It's basically all the same thing, but I don't know how they do it. They rig it around to where some of them are quite a bit cheaper than the other ones, and you still get the exact same service. So,
right. I mean, we switched to solar energy because that's your option. You can either have solar energy or you can go with Hawaii Electric. And Hawaii Electrics, they're just going to charge you whatever the hell they want. And I mean, our bills are getting up to $500 a month, and it's just me and Nina. We're not we don't keep every light on and keep the hot water running, so the electric water heater is constantly heating it. Hiko, yeah, there you go, Nada. Right, and they're a monopoly, right, Nada? I'm telling you. So then your only other option is to get solar, right? So we finally get solar. Guess what? We're still paying HECO.
You got your own. You got solar, and you still have to pay them.
Yep.
Well, y'all must be using a lot of electricity.
I wish Nina was home right now to explain it better, because she's the one with the brains on all this, because I get too upset and I don't know really how it works, but my understanding is we still pay HECO. We have the solar, but at nighttime when there's no sun and we're using it, and it's like, yeah, but isn't that what the solar does? Is it stores the energy from the solar, so at nighttime you're using, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, y'all got batteries, hadn't you?
Oh, yeah, we got that big old Tesla battery on the side of the house, like right behind me on the side of the house.
Yeah, so that's exactly what solar's supposed to do, is put it in those batteries so you don't have, at most of the time, at least, I mean, I don't know anything about solar except what I've been told. But they say that solar, a lot of times, it builds up so much, you know, that it goes back to the light company, and then they have to take that off your bill. I don't know about Hawaii now. That's what it is around here, supposedly.
I'm telling you, it's
in Hawaii, Steve. Did they pay for you to get solar on your home? Can you get it free there?
A while ago, that was a thing. I remember, and when I say a while ago, I mean like 10 years ago. I remember company I was working at was, yeah, it was if you get solar, you get like this huge tax break, or you get money out of it somehow, but I don't think we got anything. I was like, yeah, if we get approved for it, get it, because we're not even, here's the crazy thing, because you remember how Nina used to do the freeze drying stuff? That sucked up a lot of electricity, a lot. But she stopped doing that, and our bill was higher than it was when she was doing that. And we weren't even doing that anymore. So it's like, how is it higher? We're like barely, it doesn't make any sense at all.
What is the kilowatt hours cost still the same? I mean, because
I'm not even sure. It's all I know is Hawaii is corrupt, and I heard a couple of weeks ago that they are the most corrupt state in all of America, statistically proven.
Man, they have to be awful corrupt to beat some of the cities here in the continental U.S. I mean, seriously,
they are.
That's very corrupt. But then when you consider what happened on what was the name of that island where all the fires were?
Yeah, Lahaina.
Yeah, when you consider that, you know, that's it's getting pretty bad. But then again, well, you heard about here in Texas a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, where the big fire out in West Texas. Well, I mean, you know, so as far as I know, our state's not run by a liberal idiot. I mean, he might be a rhino, but he's not a lib.
Right.
And here in Texas, you have to play pretty close to the conservative side, or you won't be governor very long. That's for darn sure.
Oh yeah, Texas is like its own country.
Basically, yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. B, Illinois too, with that. What's her name? Tanya something, or is it Tanya?
No, it's not Tanya. It's that the governor there is not her. That's in Michigan.
No, not the governor. The mayor. Who is that?
Oh, you're talking about she. Yeah, the woman that looks like the ghost.
She kind of looks like Lori Lightfoot's niece or something, but
That's
supposedly Lori Lightfoot's going after her or something for like all this. She's worse than Kwame Kilpatrick from Detroit back in the day. Tanya Henyard, that's what it is, Latina. Yep.
I never heard of her.
Oh, she's been all over the news last month. She's just been, because I heard about her like a couple months ago, and then in the last month, it's like her story is really blowing up, and it's like, yeah, she's gonna be like Kwame Kilpatrick. She's gonna end up going to prison.
What's she doing?
Oh man, well, you remember Kwame Kilpatrick, right? How he was stealing.
I mean, I remember him.
same
they
thing,
keep it-
just stealing the money and using it for personal things, and
Yeah, and
it's crazy how she's
they're going
doing
to
it and
continue to do
thinking
that as
that.
long as we let them. I mean, people just got to get riled up and stop all this. How should I say, fake voting? You know, I mean, how else can we do it? It'd be like there in Michigan here a week or so ago, when the people there at the place that they were building that Chinese plant. You know, they went in one night and got rid of everybody on the city council and the mayor, threw them all out. I mean, the treasurer, everything. And the next day they started all over again because they wouldn't do what they wanted to do. So they definitely went in there and kicked them all out. And I can't remember the name of that little town, but where that was being built at. I know Chap knows it, but I don't remember. But they did. They went there and threw every one of them out. That one night.
Yep. Yeah, hearing like Latina says, allegedly they hired Lori Lightfoot to investigate for that. The funny thing is that the mayor looks like she's like Lori Lightfoot's niece or grandkid or something.
That's bad, huh?
Funny.
Wow. You know what? I have seen ugly before now, and scary ugly before. Lori Lightfoot, I think, takes the trophy in that category. I mean, golly.
Yeah, she makes Beetlejuice look pretty.
Yes. Exactly.
Imagine waking up, like imagine being a kid, and then when you got to go to school, and then she's standing over going, "Time to wake up." I'm up. I swear, I'm up.
No shit. That'd be enough to scare me completely awake or back to sleep, one or the other.
Right. $200 a month for electric and water. Wow, don't even get me started on water, van life. Water's complete ripoff here because they charge you for the water and sewer. So the water's not that expensive, but the sewer part is. But you can't get a separate meter for your irrigation. So if you water your grass, you're paying for sewer for the wastewater. It's like, but it's not going down a drain. It's going on my lawn. That's why I want but they won't let you get a separate meter just to water your grass.
Well, I can tell you why a fan don't have to pay any more than that. That's because he is an electrician that's building America. They can't charge Van much more than that because he'd quit. And then who would build America?
Because they know. They're like, oh, you get special benefits. You're van life.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly. And I mean, he makes enough money to build his own electric plant. I don't know why he don't just go ahead and do it, you know.
Oh, no kidding, Nada. And union is very corrupt. I knew the state senate president since I was a kid, and my buddy is the mayor of Kauai. Oh, yeah. See, there's proof. I knew it was corrupt already, but there's more proof.
Well, anytime you got a lib in charge, you can bet it's corrupt. And with most Republicans too, I mean, you know, they try to act like they're the good guys, but they ain't. Most of them anyway, no more than the libs. But I don't trust any of them, I'll put it that way. I don't care who they are. And I don't care who, like President Trump the other day was saying, I forgot who it was he was endorsing. Oh, it was Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. I don't care who endorses these people. I don't trust them. I wouldn't vote for them. I don't want any of them, period. Jim Jordan or none of them. I mean, they all need to go, in my opinion.
Yep. But for Chrissy Cat's question, yes and no. So, hey, Blue Unicorn, what's up, brother? Yes, government-wise. But, 4, maybe 5 years ago, before the 2020 election, as far as the people, I found out that it's pretty red as far as the people because, man, the Trump rallies and it was amazing how many people were red. But when it comes to government, 100% blue.
Absolutely.
100%.
What? And therein lies the question: how do they keep getting elected when everybody's conservative?
Yep. There's all these people that are conservative and these are just the ones that go out for the Trump rallies that are willing to, do all that. Like, and I got a ton of customers too that never did that, but you get to know your customers and it's like, so yeah, how is it still blue in the government part?
Don't you find it weird that that the whole West Coast, all the way to Hawaii, is blue? I mean, the whole West Coast into Hawaii.
Green Charter Township fire their local government. Holton established their own militia. 2023 was fun to watch.
I think that's the town I was talking about a minute ago, where they fired the whole government. How long ago was it, D-Dog? Was it about a month ago, something like that? I'm pretty sure it's the town I was talking about a few minutes ago. Or township, whatever the difference is, I don't know. I know they fired every one of them on the spot.
Oh, good old weed whacking.
Well, at least
right on, Nada. Hey, Nada, you ever come back to Hawaii to visit? We got to get together and have a beer or something.
All right, thank you, D-Dog. Yeah, that's probably one I'm thinking about.
Oh,
what happened?
Tarot Destroyer is here. Oh boy, we had problems with Tarot Destroyer on a friend of mine channel the other night. I'm not gonna say names, but he's listening, but he's working, so he's not in chat. But let's see, Tarot Destroyer, aloha and welcome. As long as you keep it cool.
Tarot Destroyer. Bad about destroying tarot cards or what?
Well, they were destroying the chat about a week ago in that other channel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to ask about it because I know you don't want to say much. So, but believe me, I have questions.
That's why I got all these beautiful mods too. So they got me covered. But like I said, welcome. And as long as you're cool, then it's cool.
You know, it's weird because I don't have many mods on my channel. Just very few. Boy, that's a
you don't have no mods.
Well, I have many. Everybody on my channel is a mod.
What's up, Stealing Tree? Aloha, brother Eric. Not been to Lake, but been through that area many times. Wait, what area?
I don't know. I wasn't reading it.
Pocahontas in 93. Oh, he's talking about Pocahontas. She treated the city coffers like her own bank account. And yeah, that is very true, Taro. Yep. She was spending it like she's got these. She's actually driving a police vehicle, like an undercover police vehicle, but it's got the lights and it's got everything, which is against the law to do for her position. And it's just, she just gets away with it. She's got her own security and her own bodyguards and all this shit. Damn straight, Chrissy. Damn
Absolutely.
straight.
That's what I was going to say, Steve. You beat me to it. Let's see. I don't have 500 anymore, Eric. I did have, well, I've had 500 in the past, but now it's got 2.
Oh, there you go. Taro's already starting copying and pasting other people's comments. Hacking. That's the destroyer Taro is. Taro hacks into people's shit. Taro was blocked like 13 times on that other channel the other night, and they kept coming back 2 seconds later.
Well, you know what to do, don't you? Same thing that they did.
Basically,
I'll do it for you if you want me to. I mean, it's fine with me.
Basically, miserable person that isn't happy unless they're miserable, and a troll. That's who tarot is a troll. But I know the mods got it.
Let me have the opportunity here.
It's all you.
I love that honor.
There you go. But watch this. In less than a minute, they'll be back.
I'll get them again. Don't hurt my feelings, son.
Hey, what's up, Josh?
Good to see you, Josh.
See, told you. Look how quick that was, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty quick, my damn self.
Even if all the mods, yeah, there you go, Stealing Tree, Eric, Troll Bowling. All the mods hit tarot. All the mods.
I've done
that
two.
Means everyone. That means all 44 people here got a wrench. Time tarot out for like 7 days.
Creek.
Yeah. Creek knows what I'm talking about.
I bet he does.
Carrot Destroyer.
What's up, Lee? Good to see you, brother.
Lee Siller. Right on. Done.
All right. Who's up? Who's up to bat?
Indy got him. Lee Siller got him. See? Up again. See? It's like...
It's quick. I mean, I got to give them credit. Whoever it is, they're quick on the
yeah.
job.
They know what they're doing, that's for sure, but that's kind of scary. Like, how we just lose 15 viewers in 3 minutes? Also, that's what
yeah, I hadn't noticed. I hadn't noticed if you mentioned it, but
15 just like that in less than a minute.
it's probably because of trolls.
Yep.
Huh? Who's up to bat?
Let's see. I'll get one in there. There we go.
Like I said, you got to give whoever this credit because they're pretty damn quick getting back in. So quick.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. That's for sure.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Cheddar pepper.
X says YouTube just booted us. Booted who? They booted you,
Wait,
X? Well, I know it wasn't us that booted you, X. We booted another person 2 or 3 times. It's pretty damn quick on the draw. I figured we'd be back in a minute, though.
You know, in all reality, I feel sorry for Tarot Destroyer. I really do. Because this is what this person does?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, really? Does that really, like, make you feel like you're... I mean, really? That's all I can say. Really? Come on. How miserable. I mean, who hurt you? Who hurt you, Tarot?
You sure do, Jody. Next one, if they come back.
Yep, you do, Jody. You can do it now.
You got to be quick on the draw, though, because other people waiting their turns.
Yeah.
Man, I was on back when I watched Citizen Man all the time. On his show one night, there no telling how many trolls were in there that night, and you know, everybody was gunning for him, you know. And it's when I would get one, it would say I got it, and in a few minutes later, it would change to somebody else. But LSP was the fastest on the draw that night. He was sniping his ass off.
LSP,
there you go.
Is that where we met LSP from Citizen Man?
That's where I met him. Yeah.
Wow, that must have been where I did too. Wow, that was so long ago.
Man,
time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, him, Salt, Buffering. Crap, I don't remember. Well, I remember when I see their names, but that's been a long time ago. Massive buff and a star.
Devil Dog timed out tarot for 86,000 seconds.
That's a long time now.
I love it.
86,000. What is that? About a year or longer? I don't know. That's a long time.
I think is it a year? I think it's a year.
I don't know. I can't count.
I mean, look how quick they are. Get timed out. I'll pray for you, Taro. I really pray for you. I don't know who hurt you, but it must have been really dramatic experience.
Must have been. But why take it out on us? We're just two good guys out having a good time. That's all.
Right. Yeah. Why you just because you had a bad childhood doesn't mean you got to bring everybody else down with you. All right, Blue Unicorn. Charge your phone, brother. Much love and aloha, man. That's what I'm saying, Chris. He did it last week or whenever it was, but they know how to get around the computer for sure.
With the same name is what gets me, though. You know, I might said come back under a different name, but the same name. That's pretty darn good in my opinion.
It's a bot, but someone is managing the bot. All right, Blue Unicorns plug back in.
Well, maybe they won't be back this time. Normally they're back by now. I mean, I don't know what could be taking so long. Come on, back in here, troll. The other people want to get you too. But with that 86,000 seconds, whatever it was, they may not be back in for a while.
Yeah, I got to figure that out. I think it is a year. 87. I think it was 87,000. Yeah, you're right, Latina. YouTube allows the spam. I don't know how true it is, but I heard a story about how they even have their own, like, they support the trolling.
They support it?
Something along those lines. I'll have to go back in my history. It was like a week ago I was watching something about it, and yeah, they're basically saying that YouTube like supports that and has like trolls and stuff to, I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. 86,000 seconds. Oh, it's 24 hours. Okay.
That's still a long time.
Maybe he has hemorrhoids, poor troll.
Well, hey, a lot of us have hemorrhoids, and we don't go around messing with people's channels.
Right.
You know, I think if you're a grown up and if you've lifted over, 5 or 10 pounds 3 or 4 times in your life, you might have hemorrhoids. Might. I'm just saying.
Most likely.
Can you imagine what it's like to be a football or any kind of athlete? You have to lift all them weights and everything. Can you imagine the hemorrhoids some of them guys have got?
Ooh.
Talk about a sore ass now. Sore ass.
Right. Here we're complaining about having bony asses, but shit. I guess it beats a sore ass.
No kidding. I feel for him.
Dang, Van Life's second burger? Oh. I'd be sleeping after one.
Says second burger down, I'm fat. I don't think it was the burger. That two burgers that made you fat, Van. But maybe it depends on how much lard, I guess, was in them. Or no, grease, rather. I guess the same difference.
See, yeah, this is what I was talking about right there is get paid to be a troll. I heard the same thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any evidence either, but that's the same thing I heard. So
hey, that's a good question there, Ridge Runner. What if it's a female? Wouldn't they have hemorrhoids?
That's sexist. You said hemorrhoids. That's sexist.
It sure is. I didn't think about that. I'm sorry, folks. I should have said him or hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids have a lot to do more that than with that, Van. I can guarantee you that.
J.S. Urban says, what do you call a dinosaur with a hemorrhoid? Wait, it just moved. A brontosaurus. Brontosaurus.
Forgot
I love
arrested.
dad jokes.
Forgot arrested. They found 250 pounds of crack in her dress. Tito got $1 million up now.
Oh wait, what's this with Mr. B? I've seen someone post a troll pay chart. No shit. Hemorrhoids.
Well, depending on how much they pay you. I mean, I didn't do nothing. Most of them sit around anyway. I might go to work for them. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that for shit.
I know Creek is listening and he's working, so I'm going to say this just to make him laugh while he's working. Well, first he's laughing because of the hemorrhoids, but really, man, Creek, what it is Armageddon. He knows what that is.
Well, explain it.
I gotta remember that now and look it up to show it again. Dang it. It was a real story that was on a radio talk. It sounded like Paul Harvey, but I don't think it was Paul Harvey. But back in the day, and a guy went to the hospital because he had a gerbil. And him and his boyfriend, they had the gerbil and couldn't get it out. So he took like I think it was the tube of the toilet paper roll or whatever, and put that in there to try to get it out. And then he said he lit a match thinking that the flame would scare it and make it run out or whatever. But because of the gas, natural gas from inside your body, it boom, and it busted the guy's nose because it came out. It came out like a freaking missile. Oh, dude, we were laughing so hard, man. Like I had tears coming out of my eyes. We were laughing so hard. But it was a real story that was actually on the radio from like long time ago.
More. That's the damnest thing ever. Now I've seen guys and women. There used to be a show on TV. I don't remember what it was called, but these people would go to the ER now because they had things that they crammed up their rear end, and the doctors had to get it out. If I was a doctor, I said, "No, fool, I'm not messing around back there." If you're stupid enough to get it in there, you ought to be smart enough to get it out.
You're right.
I mean, damn. Can you imagine? I don't care if you got a rubber glove on that thick. Run your hand up someone's rear end to pull out a semi truck. Man,
it's like, why is this? Why did you put this up your ass? People, man, I don't understand people. Oh, here it is. Wow, it's the first thing that it's probably because I already watched it, but we gotta play. I gotta play it again just because this was so funny. Present. Oh, this was hilarious.
No kidding.
And the pictures and stuff, they changed it because it was a radio broadcast, but let's see. What the hell? Is there no
Here's a
sound?
fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News. Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told the news doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong. I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue, he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube.
What if you got a shitty sight?
I looked into the tube and struck a match. I had to pause it just because I don't know how the copyright shit works, but this is this is too funny.
At a hushed press conference, a hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flame shot out the tube, igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon!
Armageddon! Even the reporter guys cracked me up.
Oh, hell.
Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil, while Furnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract.
Goodness
Armageddon!
I think it's hilarious how the reporter guys like can't even stop checking them.
Peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might make the gerbil come out. So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon! Who says that? I didn't. Robert D. Raven on the John Boy and Billy Show.
Now, I got to ask a question here. Who in the hell and for what reason would you ever want to put a gerbil up here, even a tube or whatever? I mean, why would you want to put a gerbil in your butt?
That's what I mean. Like, who's sitting there going, hey, little gerb, oh, I got an idea. Like, what? What the hell are you thinking? What? I don't want anything up my ass. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's why you take a crap to get what's in there out naturally.
Right.
You know?
Exit only. Exit only.
Like a lady said here a long time ago, that's an exit, not an entrance.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. My goodness.
These clowns were like, ooh, I got a good idea. Hey, boyfriend, let's take our pet gerbil and oh, that sounds like a great idea. And then, oh shit, how do we get it out? I got another good idea. Let me stick this tube up your ass on top of the gerbil and I'll light a match. That's some funny shit. We were laughing so hard the other day when we watched that, man. It was.
Well, you know what? They must have thought that gerbil living in a cage or whatever, that the cage wasn't nice enough for him. So they was trying to find him a real good home.
Right. Yeah, they want.
Man, I don't know what else it could possibly be in. Damn.
It should smell better up there. How does that even work? Seriously, like, honest question. How does that even work? How do you put how does one go about putting a gerbil up their ass? Seriously.
With a tube.
You just put it there and it's like, okay, here I go. What the hell? How does that work? I don't get it.
I don't think anybody does them two. Oh, me.
Or if it's like fighting and like, go, no. And you're just like, no, get up there. And it's like, please, no. And you just keep pushing. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't see how you could ever stand to even put the tube up there for the gerbil to go in. I mean, it's a very tiny opening. How in the world I don't know how to say it without being totally nasty.
Mr. B. Oh, Jody, that's hilarious. Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
It sure did. Sure done some damage to his inside, that's for sure.
Oh man.
Watch out.
And I thought I had some crazy thoughts through my life, but yeah, when it comes to gerbil up the ass, it's like, man, people are really messed up, dude. Really messed up.
Well, if he did, chap, he undoubtedly didn't come out because. Oh Lord, man, that's about the stupidest thing. Well, I've heard some very stupid things in my life, but I think that tops it.
Oh yeah. What do we got? What 48 people here, which is awesome. So I'm gonna do this. Here it is. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna gift 5 memberships. Let's see who gets them. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let her rip.
Let her rip, tater chip. All right, who gets them? Time Duff, Latina, Devil Dog, Camellia, Dreamy Lynn, Allergic to BS, and Chrissy Cat. Oh no, wait.
All right.
No. Dreamland, Camellia, Devil Dog, Latina, and Time Duff. Okay.
All right. Good for you guys.
Now you can go watch all my members only shorts.
And y'all ought to be happy because Steve never gives me shit. I mean, really, he don't, except the
I
hard
don't
time.
get to pick them. Do you remember when you could gift memberships and whoever clicked on it first would get it? That's how it should still be. But then they changed it. Now you don't even have to be in the chat. I get gifted memberships for other channels, and I'm like, I haven't even watched that channel in 3 months.
I only got gifted one time a membership, and I don't remember how it worked. And that was on David Devine's. I don't remember how that worked. Now somebody gifted them, and then you had to click something, but I don't remember what it was. Now
that's how it used to be. And then they switched that for some reason. So it should still be that way. Whoever clicks on it first gets that membership.
Devil Dog's got one there. He wants to play, Steve. Let's see where. There it is, right there.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Oh, I seen this one before. Yep. Hold on, I'll pull this up. I seen this one before. It's this is from this is from Big Chap's channel too. That's why I seen it before, because it's on Big Chap's.
Well, I'm sure I've seen it too then.
And now we ain't got no game.
I've seen it.
I need Trump back. Anybody else out there need motherfucking Trump back? Anybody else want their fucking Trump back? When was America ever great? We had gas, we had electricity, we had jobs, we had food. Now we sitting at home with no gas. Some people no electricity, no jobs, waiting for a stimulus check, waiting on the goddamn extra food stamps. What's going on? We wasn't going through this shit for the last 4 years. We were winning. And now y'all sitting home being quiet and shit now. Somebody say something. Tell me why the fuck you support Joe Biden right now. Tell me why you support Joe Biden right now. Everybody wanted to get rid of fucking President Trump. What's up? Look at this goofy ass shit. People ain't got shit to say no more. Just sitting around like sheep, goofy ass sheep. All they can do is wait. All they can do is wait. All they can do is fucking wait. All they can do is wait. The Democrats told us they got a Green New Deal for 2030, Green New Deal. You ain't got no fucking plans for everything to run off electricity in 10 years. You do got a plan to fuck up everything within the next 10 years. A plan for shit to run off electricity in the next 10 years. You got a plan to fuck up everything within the next 10 years. I want my goddamn Trump back. This shit is stupid. Everybody had a lot to say when Trump was in the White House. Anybody got shit to say with this fucking old ass bum in there?
I love him.
These motherfuckers projected that we was gonna have 1 million new jobs, 200,000 new jobs. And where the fuck are they at? Probably 200,000 illegal immigrants that you motherfuckers caught up at the border got new jobs, but we don't. We hurting in America. Everybody quiet as shit. Where the fuck are the Joe Biden supporters?
Yeah.
I can tell y'all why I support Trump. Tell me why y'all support this motherfucker.
Ain't shy,
doing
is
shit
he?
but fucking us up every day, fucking us up.
Yeah, he's potty
Don't see
mouth,
shit.
Chrissy Cat, potty mouth for sure, but passionate.
And telling the truth.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he is anyway.
And huge shout out to Talk with Tiffany. And yeah, thank you, Talk with Tiffany. Mahalo. And definitely everyone go check out Talk with Tiffany and go to the website www.talodreamcream.com. Great product. I don't get paid to say that. And I don't vouch for anyone. So I'm vouching for Talk with Tiffany.
He really does, y'all.
I have all the product right here. I use the deodorant every day, even lip balm. And then they got stuff for the ladies and the men.
You were supposed to send me some of that, Steve, and you never did.
Shoot. Honestly, I forgot. You just reminded me. I will, though. I still will.
I look forward to it. Definitely do. That was a good video. I've seen that. I don't know how many times I've watched it either. Several, that's for sure. That's a darn good video. Hulk, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
So you're saying you got no stank?
I think that's what he's saying. That's what makes him so pretty too, Hulk. And, you know, he's got all that, you know, stuff on his face that women use that makes him so pretty all the time. That's how Steve stays so pretty. I'm giving away his secrets here. That's a good video.
Is that the big chap? Is that the one from 5 hours ago? Let's see. He said his latest. So where'd it go? Where'd it go? I lost track. But Big Chap asked if oh, there it went. I just lost it again. Yeah. What's your thoughts on my newest meme I posted? Hey, for me to see. For me to see. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Good to see you. I remember for me to see because it was a year or two ago. And I was like, phone to see, F home. And then I figured out it was for me to see.
Well, I thought it was F home. So I never could figure out what the hell it meant. So I'm glad you told me that, Steve. I didn't know that. But Hawk says, you're pretty too, Ron. You're pretty blind and think he's pretty.
That's a good one.
Well, you got to admit, Steve is pretty. I mean, my goodness gracious. What woman in the world wouldn't want a handsome guy like Steve? Particularly if you told him that he was a model. They wouldn't even need to know that. They just fall out right away.
Yeah, but that was 28 years ago. This is Chap's latest one.
Well, can't you? I mean, those trees back then that Paul Bunyan or whoever cut down, I mean, those are some humongous trees now. And I'm being serious. Those things had to reach up to the sky through the clouds as big as, because that right there is a tree. It was once a tree.
Yeah, imagine having to hack that thing down.
It would take a Paul Bunyan. I mean,
Chap's always got good memes.
No, he does.
Yeah, good question. What happened to that guy?
Well, you know,
Yep.
All I can say is when Trump comes out and says somebody's a great person, look out, because something's going to happen that ain't good for them. I agree, Chap. That definitely did. That's why I made that comment. I definitely agree. And those were definitely.
Was that? I think it was you and me, Ronnie. Holy shit! I can't believe how hard, dude. It's raining like crazy.
It's about
But
time y'all
anyway,
hits me.
it's raining so hard that I have to turn the volume up like twice as loud as it normally is because that's how loud the rain is.
Dang, if it was here, I would have to just leave or not because I couldn't get it that loud.
Yeah, man, that is nuts.
I can see a beautiful farmhouse.
I think it was you and me, Ronnie, that, and this was a long time, like over a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, but we were doing a live, but we were talking about the story of the giant or the whatever in the military, and they killed him and see.
Oh, over in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Yeah, like that huge dude, and it killed one of the military guys, but then they ended up killing the giant, and
yeah, that was in Afghanistan. That was real.
Yep, that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, so I like Big Chap says giants are real. I believe so.
Absolutely. red
hair. Yep.
Giant.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, the first squad that went out, they weren't looking for I guess they were looking for the enemy, but they were just out patrolling and they ran into him. And this way I remember it anyway. And so he wiped out that whole platoon or whatever it was, squad, however many of them there were. And so they didn't return, of course. And so the military sent other guys out looking for them. And that's when they ran across the same giant because, they were followed. They knew where they were supposed to be going. And then it's finding their gear all along the way, got to the cave. And then this big old giant comes out, got this big old spear and runs it plumb through one of them and just lifts him up. And they're shooting the crap out of him now, but it ain't hurting him. It's they had
it's like a BB gun to him.
Yeah, but they start shooting for his head and they finally bring him down. And there for a long time I didn't know whether to believe that or not, but man, it's been told about on so many news places it's not even funny. So
it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if that was normal and everyone was that size and lived twice as long, 3 times as long. And why it's not like that anymore is I don't know. It's kind of weird how what they put in the water or what they put in the food or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone goes grocery shopping every day and gets food, and who really looks at what's in it? Nobody knows. Even if you do look at what's in it, you don't know.
You have to look up what the words mean. All the chemicals and crap they put in it.
Yeah.
But just rest assured, most food is not good for you, unless you buy it from somebody like a rancher or a farmer or something like that.
Right, unless it's homegrown.
Yes.
Give me some homegrown.
But those giants, man, I'm telling you, that one did have 2 rows of teeth, had 6 fingers, 6 toes. He was a total blast from the past, to put it like that. And can you imagine? And you were talking about, why people are dying off so quick now. There was a time, and this is according to the Bible now, and I believe this. Well, it almost all had to come from the fallen angels, because in the Bible it tells about them teaching men how to, what they call cut root, which was making medicine, cosmetics, and everything like that. That's where it all came from. That's why the Bible says that men's days would be cut to no more than 120. I mean, our bodies are made to live 600-800 years, whatever. But with the stuff we're breathing, eating, and drinking, well, they can't. I mean, that's every disease has been designed. And if people don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you, but it's darn sure true.
Oh, where'd it go? He was 7'4" and could wrap his hand around a basketball like you or I, a baseball. Wow. But I was going to answer Latina and Kelly. Does anyone know why my local Lowe's would close the restrooms and bring in the porta potty? Only thing I can think of is either they're remodeling it or
They
they're
need a plumber.
maybe jetting. Like, oh shit, lights. Dude, shit's getting weird right now, man.
I can hear it. I can hear it myself now.
Yeah, but lights in the kitchen just started flickering, but yeah, or they're jetting it, or yeah, some kind of plumbing related thing, because it's happened here at the, not Lowe's, but at the Home Depot. They did that, and I was like, what's going, as a plumber, of course, I was like, what's going on in there? And that's what they were doing. They were jetting their sewer system from they pulled the toilet, but to do that, you got to close both restrooms because all those sewer lines are tied in, and when you're jetting it, high pressure water could come back up through toilets. So you don't want to be sitting on a toilet.
Be a good way to get into space real cheap, wouldn't it? That's exactly what I was going to say next, Steve. Steve, something about the gerbil. But just think if you were sitting on a toilet, when they jetted it, that would be a cheap way to get into. Well, if we could get to space, it'd be a cheap way to get there. I say if.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm not going to say anything, but wow, I did not catch that. To the person who just sent me a text message, I did not catch that, and that is pretty douchey for sure. Wow. Thank you for noticing that and letting me know. But I'll definitely get a hold of you later.
Whisper it in my ear. What was it?
All right. Nobody listen. Everyone cover your ears. So what had happened was...
I hate it when you talk about stuff you can't tell us about, Steve.
I'll let you know, Ronnie. I just don't want to say it live. Wow. But thank you for hey, Country Boy Archaeology. Aloha. Yeah, I'll let you know, Ronnie. But man, it is the person who sent that. Thank you for noticing, because I would have never noticed that. That's and don't forget, everybody, I have did I freeze up again? No,
you're good.
I have a Navy vets donation page pinned at the top for his grandmother's funeral. So if anyone wants to help out, Navy vet is good people.
Certainly is.
And
it'd be great if everybody could, or anyone could, chip in a few bucks to help him.
Yeah, definitely.
I still hear that rain falling. Y'all got a metal roof anywhere or anything, Steve?
Nope, no metal. We got a new roof. Well, a couple years now, but yeah, remember that tree fell in our house a few years back?
Yeah.
We got the new roof, but yeah, that's just falling from the roof onto our little walkway in the back.
Well, boy, it's sure making some noise, I can tell you that.
I know, it's loud as hell.
I doubt if anybody could hear it without headphones, but I can sure hear it.
Right. I was actually thinking, because it's so loud, I was like, should I put my headphones on? But then if I do, I'll hear it more because it'll go through the mic. And then actually, hold on, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna go close that sliding door.
Navy vet just got a blessing from Heavenly Father in my mailbox today. I will be chaz-apping both of you tomorrow.
There you go. Is that any better?
Well, it wouldn't bother me. I mean, I just letting you know I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, yeah, now I can hear way better now, because I'm already hard of hearing. I'm like half deaf already. So with that, I had my volume turned up super loud and it's like trying to make out. Oh, that's way better. I should have did that 2 hours ago. What the hell? The hell, Steve?
Oh, you just wasn't thinking.
These two Fruit Loops. These two Fruit Loops had. I'm sorry. Just the wording of it. Oh, that's funny.
We aim to please.
Armageddon. And the funny thing is, I'm working on another intro video, and when I edit all that, because what I do is I go through each previous live stream, right? So if it's a 2-hour one, a 5-hour, 6-hour, whatever, I download the whole live, and then I go through that and take clips, like kind of long clips, and then I get another live one and then do those clips. And now I got like 3 hours of 3-4 minute clips from each one. And then I go through it again, and then I cut those down to a little less. And then it was in no like specific order on purpose or anything. But then when I was going back through it last night, just like the way it worked out and the way everything was lined up, oh, it was so funny, man, because it sounded like, because Creek's like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch it again to remember. All I know is I was laughing my ass off, because he's like, oh yeah, I missed that dog, Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes, do no. Just none of them had to do with any of the, you know what I mean? None of it was like at the same time, but the way that I clipped them together on accident, it just sounded like he was like, oh, I missed that dog, Armageddon. No. Oh, dude, I was cracking up. I'm like, I can't put those together when I actually finish the video. So.
Oh, Creek will love it, particularly if he's got one of them Bud Lights in his hand. Sorry, Creek. Damn, Steve, you look scared. What happened? Oh, he must be getting chewed up by Nina. Or at least a good talk.
All right, there we go. I was muted. Sorry.
You look like you were scared. Was Nina
getting? No. I was talking to Nina.
I know. I figured she was laying the law down to you or something. I mean, your dad won't come on here often enough, to keep you straight. So somebody has to.
I know. Oh, shoot. Hey, Dad, if you're listening, I love you, Dad. He texted me like 3 days ago, and every day I'm like, I got to text him back. And then by the time I remember, like, even if I do it now, it's too late at night, his time, to be texting him. So, shoot. I love you, Dad. And Mom. Love you, Mom. But right on, Ridge Runner. He said, Hawk Navy just got a blessing from Heavenly Father in my mailbox today. I will be cash apping both of you tomorrow.
Yep, I saw that earlier. Matter of fact, I put it up there. But
oh, did you? Yeah,
yeah.
Or when I was closing the door, maybe
2 times don't hurt nothing. Yeah, that's when it was. But yeah, Navy needs help. If everybody help me, it sure would be appreciated. Yeah. Oh, we know, Chrissy. I'm proud of that name, though. I wear that deplorable name proudly.
What about Tyne Duff said they took a nap earlier and had a dream about someone doing a remix of Def Leppard's Armageddon song on Biden's activities. Got me wondering now if something is going to happen. Now that I think of it.
Well,
I'm getting it.
You talking about our wonderful, magnificent president? Now, come on. What could happen when he's in office? He's a good man. A good something.
And yeah, shoot, right on, William Grammer. William Grammer just posted for in 4 days from now. Everyone click on that link that William Grammer posted and hit the like button and the notification bell. I would do that for Craig the Hunter too, but Craig doesn't have a schedule. He just is like, what is it, Wednesday, 9 a.m.?
He was on last night.
I know. He just pops in. It's like, what?
I know.
We even asked him, we're like, when do you go live? And he's like, I don't know. Whatever.
I know. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see him on last night. I set mine up and come on, and then a minute or two after I come on, it comes up, watch Craig the Hunter. And well, I guess it was right then. I thought, well, damn, I didn't know you was coming on tonight, Craig.
He didn't either.
Probably not. But, you know, like we've talked about so many times on here, it's impossible to schedule around everybody. I mean, you know, even though, you know, no one is trying to steal views or anything from anyone else. It's just that if you don't come on when you get ready to, you never come on. So, you know, I mean, right. I know my time is around 9 o'clock at night, and when I come on, I'm not trying to steal anything from anybody. But when I get ready to come on, I'm gonna come on.
I remember when last week when I talked to you, I remember you felt bad because you were like, I thought it was because I was the same thing but opposite. So either you thought it was Thursday but it was actually Friday, or you thought it was Saturday but it was actually Friday, and I thought it was the opposite. And I was like, dude, all week same thing. But you were like, yeah, I didn't realize it was Friday. I thought it was. I think you said you thought it was Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. I did.
And you're like, I had no idea. But that's the thing, though. It's like we have all these great friends that also have channels, and it's like, yeah, it makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's impossible. There's no way you can schedule around everybody. I mean, that's just. I picked a time. You know, it's around 9 o'clock every night, 9 to 9:15, something like that. So when I go on, that's when I'm gonna go on. It's not that I'm dissing anybody. You know, I mean. It's just me. It's when I want to go on. Or unless something big happens, then I might go on at a different time. But, you know, I mean, what I do ain't never meant to hurt anybody. And I don't think anybody else is either. Hawk says that's why I come on around 11 a.m. or noon. And I'm off before anyone at night comes on. Yeah, you got a pretty good time schedule there, Hawk. I give you credit for that.
Yeah.
And Hawk has a good audience every day, too. You got to give him credit for that. Darn good audience. LSP, Ronnie, Steve, and Trump, 24 hours. Thank you, LSP.
I'm trying to find this because earlier we gave I showed who was going to be on next week, and then Nick Johnson, who is eventually going to be on. I just have to schedule a date, and then there's this other guy that is going to be on. Just have to schedule a date, but I'm trying to find. I had it earlier. What the hell, man? What the hell? All right, I gotta find it because I'm only gonna show like a minute and a half or 2 minutes of the beginning of it. But this guy, he's also 1A community, but this guy is a war veteran. I believe he did 2 tours, and yeah, this guy's been to hell and back a couple times. You know what I mean?
Oh, and we need to tell everybody too, Steve, that today and the next weekend, next Sunday, both are going to be on Steve's channel because when I was sick back, I don't know how many times I've been sick, but anyway, when
2 weeks ago,
when Steve had to, it was supposed to be my turn, and Steve had to do it, you know, on his channel because I couldn't come on. So we're going to make up for it by Steve doing 2 in a row, which is more than fine with me.
Yeah. And then after that, it'll be 2 weeks in a row on Ronnie's.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So this is the other guy. His channel name is Flex Your Freedoms, which is also going to be a guest pretty soon because we've been talking back and forth email, and we're just figuring out when, but pretty soon. But this is just his like I would call it his like trailer for his channel, but
which one is
I'm just gonna on this one it's hard to tell. Shoot. I'll point them out. Oh no, these are his brothers that he lost.
Oh, I got you.
It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. From hell and back, I had to
see this. This is him right here. That's Flex, the bottom left corner.
Okay.
Firsthand, the ultimate sacrifice. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. At that time, I didn't fully understand how very important that oath we swore was. Only until I seen the ultimate sacrifice with my own eyes, I knew how important it was. I remember in the middle of the night, on guard duty, dreaming about getting out alive and enjoying being free back home, only to come back mindfucked and saying that nobody even cared we were fighting and dying in a foreign country. From police and government violating that same oath we all swore, I had to do something. This is my outlet, and I will not allow these oath-breaking tyrants to continue spitting on the graves of all the brave men and women who fought and died for our country. Meet my platoon, 173rd Airborne, 1st of the 503rd, Dog Company, Sky Soldiers. I am no hero, but I want to share with you some actual heroes that I had the honor to fight side by side with, cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war.
Oh, but yeah, I'll put the link for that in the chat. It's a 14 and a half minute video. Really good. I've watched it like 5 times, and I'll be honest, I get a little teary eyed watching it because dude, hats off to this guy, man. I couldn't do what he did. It's real bravery. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's what true heroes are made out of. You know, we all think that we can't do certain things until we're put in that position to do them. And then you may not do them then, but you don't ever know until you get in that position.
Yep, that is true.
In my opinion, everybody that's ever been to war for this country is a hero. I don't care if you were, injured or not. You're a hero.
But he was. I know I think one of his eyes are and I feel bad because I wear those contacts sometimes where my eyes like all white. His eyes actually like that now. But that's what I can't wait to have him on either, because I want to, if it's okay, I want to ask him, because I know he's been to hell and back a few times.
Yeah, and the sad part about that is that I've said it many times, all of our guys that went to war and fought and died for our country were just, he called it mind screwed, but it's, the ones that lost their lives, injured in any way, in my opinion, it was for absolutely no good cause at all, period.
Yep. Unnecessary wars.
Yes. And deaths and injuries. It's just heartbreaking when you stop to think about it.
It is. And that's what I love about that video from Flex right there, because, and like Lauren said, shout out to him because yesterday was his birthday. But he explained it perfectly in the beginning, like you said, come back mind fuck.
Yep.
Hey, Kameme, butterfly, aloha.
Hey, butterfly.
Supplanter, aloha. All these people sneaking in, and I'm missing them. Creek's over there, and he'll just pop in once in a while and be like, yeah, I'm still listening. No, you're not. I'm just messing with you, Creek. I know we got a bigger audience than we think because we're playing on the loudspeaker at Creek's work. So everyone that's in that store hears us. Oh, Hawk. I've been shot and stabbed, but not as bad as prostate exam. I think I've told that story. Did I ever tell you the story how, like, I knew Creek would say something. Yes, I am. Oh, you just got home. Okay. But the first time I had prostate exam, and I don't think I was supposed to have one. I think I was violated. I think I told that story before. I'll tell it again because it's a fun story.
Anytime
I was 20 years old.
We're all violated when we have that kind of test, Steve.
Right. But I don't think you're supposed to have one when you're 20, right?
Well, you wouldn't think so, but hey, the doctors got to enjoy themselves somehow.
Well, the funny thing is, I went in for a physical. I was getting a new job at, I think it was Phil's Plumbing. I had to get a physical, and I was like 20 years old or 21, and the doctor was like, she looked like a bird. I call her the bird doctor.
Oh, it was a woman doctor,
but she looked like a bird. Her nose was like 3 times bigger than mine, and I got a big nose. And she's just creepy looking, kind of like, like didn't even look real to me. I was like, what the hell? But then she's just like, okay, I just need you to turn around and drop your drawers. I'm like, for what? She's like, well, we're doing a full physical. And I'm like, she's like, well, we're going to check your prostate as she's like doing I'm like, huh? And then, huh? So I'm just glad that she was a little petite bird woman, because if her fingers would have been any bigger.
You thought it was a gerbil.
Right.
Well, Blee, I agree with you, Eric, and they've asked me to, let them do prostate checks. I mean, I had one in my life. If I'd have known what the hell they was talking about at the time, I'd have said no. Now I know what it is, and I definitely say no now. Whatever, I don't want no cancer of any kind, but I don't want a finger up my rear end either.
Right. I don't want nothing up my, let alone a freaking gerbil. Exactly. So it makes me wonder, like, those gerbil guys, like, do they get a prostate exam like weekly? How does that work?
They probably need more than a prostate exam. Well, thank God that, they were broke in before the gerbil is all I can say. They had to be broke in pretty good to get a tube big enough up his rear end to put a gerbil in.
I know, like shit, like exactly. Like, how does that work? How did you even get the tube? What?
Oh, did the gerbil live? I never did hear. I don't remember hearing that. Did he live? The gerbil?
I don't think they ever said. That's a good question, though.
That's a freaking rat. How can you put a rat up your ass? Why would you put a rat up your ass? I mean,
what good could come out of it?
A dead gerbil is all I think of.
It's like basically a wild animal at that point, because it's in a unfamiliar territory, and it's probably going to be fighting to get its way out, you would think.
Yeah, I think of the damage it could do to your insides. I mean, seriously, it could literally destroy your intestines, claws and biting and trying to get the hell out. And I wouldn't blame him if he did. Good night, Supplanter, and thanks for joining us. Have a blessed
Supplanter, good seeing you. Much love and aloha. Yeah, if the gerbil made it, it needed a shower and therapy for sure.
It definitely did, no doubt.
But they said it's shot out like a cannon and broke the dude's nose. So my guess is the impact from breaking the dude's nose possibly unalived the gerbil. That'd be my guess.
You'd think the smell of shit would have done it, but hey. Who knows? Maybe he enjoyed that. I don't know what a gerbil likes smelling.
You think it would have died instantly from hepatitis C from eating shit?
You would think so. Man, that's something I just can't get over. I mean, Lord have mercy.
And the crazy thing is, that kind of shit probably happens way more than we could even imagine.
Oh, it does. That's what I was talking about, that show that I used to watch, where the people go to the emergency room with that. Because they put stuff up their butt. I mean, this woman come in, her husband, I don't know if she knew he called ER or the ambulance or not, but he was in the emergency room and she came in and she said, asked him, what happened? What's wrong? What's wrong? And he wouldn't tell her. He said, ask the doctor. He wouldn't tell her. He was embarrassed. I don't blame him. I'd have been embarrassed too. But he finally told her and she said, what? Why in the world would you do that?
Right.
No kidding.
What the hell were you thinking?
I wonder how they get stuff out though.
Eric remembers Sam Kinison talking about the dribble. Wow, is that long ago? I knew it was from a while ago, but I don't know it was from that long ago. Wow.
That's been a while then.
Maybe that was Paul Harvey, because it sounded like Paul Harvey to me.
You know, I wonder if they have to put a tube, like when these guys I was talking about went to the emergency room. I wonder if doctors have to stick a tube up your butt to get whatever's in there out. I don't know. I ain't never gonna put anything at mine to find out either, but I'm just wondering.
I don't want to find it. That's like, well, here's a question. Anyone in chat ever had a colonoscopy?
Oh yes, I have, and they're not good either.
I haven't. I was recommended to have one, and then I just never went back to the doctor. So, oh shoot, I forgot about the poll. Oh, 87 votes. Wow. All right, I think it's safe to say we can end it because it's winning by a landslide for. There we go. 87 or no, 63% for talk shows and interviews.
I can't believe that I voted that way. Normally, every time I vote, it goes some other way. You know, it don't matter what I vote for. I'm just amazed that that many people agreed with the way I voted.
Right. Yeah. Usually it doesn't work out that way, right?
It sure don't. Hello, Antar. Welcome, brother.
Antar Moody.
Now, he's another guy that was on CMs for a long time. That's where I met Antar at, was on CMs. And LSP. And William.
Oh, LSP said he had one in 2023.
And then his nurse fell in love with him. Boy, you must have had something good there, LSP.
And then when you were leaving, your nurse was like, baby, come back. Yep, exactly. The doctor. So basically what we're going to do is stick some shit up your ass. Me. See ya. Got to go to work. Ain't nobody got time for that.
There's already plenty of shit up there. You don't need anything else up there.
Right.
I mean,
well, plus, from what I've read for a colonoscopy, you got to like, the night you can't eat, and the night before you got to drink this shit that they give you, and it just makes you have like explosive diarrhea, basically to clean your system out. And it's like, fuck. And I heard that whatever they give you tastes worse than whatever's coming out of your ass when you're exploding diarrhea everywhere.
Oh, it's bad. I can tell you that right now. As far as I'm concerned, maybe some people like it, but I damn sure ain't one of them.
Well, you know what though? That just reminded me. Not the last time I talked about it, but I talked to my dad about it once a while ago, and he was saying that now it's the same thing, but it's not like the liquid they used to give you. It's like something different where it doesn't taste like shit. I can't remember.
I don't believe
that's
that.
what I said. I think you're just telling yourself that, Dad, to make it go easier.
I was supposed to have one, I don't know how many times. But the good thing about them is they do put you to sleep now to do them. So that part is relatively easy. But the drinking that crap is terrible.
Wait, they used to not put you to sleep to do it? I thought it was like automatic.
No, the first one I had, they didn't put me to sleep.
Oh,
I was wide ass awake.
There's no way in hell I would do one if they didn't put me to sleep.
I didn't know what it was, or I wouldn't either. They told me I was going to do one. Let's do one. Let's get it over with, whatever it is. I didn't realize what it was.
Let's get it over, whatever it is. And you're like, what are you going to do with that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Well, there's
Just
another
look over
test.
there.
There's another test they do, and I can't remember what the name of it is now, but they got this. What they do is they do the same thing. I mean, they give you this medicine to make you crap. I mean, you cannot crap enough to get clean enough for these people. I mean, you'll be crapping pure water, and you still ain't clean enough for them. But
Right.
anyway, when you when you go into this room to finally have the test done, I wish I could remember what it is, but they, and if I would have known what this was, I would have never ever had it done. But they, or let them do it, but they take in the X-ray room, and they got this big bag of milky looking crap, and it's got a little nozzle on the end of it. It's got rings on it, and they cram that up your rear end, and then they empty all this, push all this stuff into your intestines. Then this big old machine, and I'm guaranteed your stomach feels like it's this big around. Then they got this big old machine that comes down. They set it right on top of your stomach, and it presses, and you feel like you're going to explode already. When that big old machine comes down on you, sure enough think you're going to, and you feel like you're going to crap all over yourself, but you can't because that thing's up your rear. Man, I was so happy when that was done. And then when it's done and they take it out, there's no way you're going to wait till you get to the bathroom. You're going to the bathroom and it's just running out of you all the way to the bathroom. I'm serious. It was awful. Awful, awful, awful. Yeah, D-Dog it is, but I don't remember the name of it, the test itself.
What's crazy to me is like, one, who, like these doctors that are like, yeah, I want that job.
I know it.
You know what I mean? Or how they came up with the idea, like, I know what we can do to find out. We'll make them drink this shit, and then we'll shove this shit up their ass. And then they'll shit like crazy.
You're going to when they put that up.
And then we'll be able to find out if anything's wrong with them. Huh?
Well, I know one thing. After it's all over with, you have the sorest butt in the world for a week or two afterwards. I'm not exaggerating a bit. At least mine was. I couldn't even sit down without one of them donut ring things.
Yeah.
And I was a young man. I was about 22 years old at this time. I had no idea what the hell they were doing. Or talking about.
So you were definitely violated worse than me. Oh shit.
Oh, it was the most awful thing. And I wish I could remember what the name of it is. But
after
it is a
that,
bear.
Felt like you just got out of pound me in the ass prison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was what they give you is called a barium enema, but I don't remember what the name of the test was.
Enema, yeah. You know, people do enemas with like coffee grounds and shit. Like I was reading something a while back, some weird shit about coffee grounds and an enema and how it clean. And it's like, what? Like that? Who comes up with? I got an idea. Let's cleanse our system out by.
That is supposed to be good, though.
Really? But how do people come up with that? That's like the thing. Like, who's the first person that was like, you know what we can do to clean out our systems? Well, first we'll take these coffee grounds. And then whatever they do, I don't know how it works. I've never done an enema. But, like, how do they come up with that idea?
Well, I just know this much. I can't remember which one it was now. It's either the guy that owned Post Toasties or Kellogg's, one or the other. He was the head guy, and his brother worked for him. Every morning that two of them would come in, he would make his brother give him an enema of that. His brother had to give him an enema. I would have said, fire me or kill me, one or the other. I ain't give you a damn enema. Do it yourself.
And every day?
Every day.
Jeez.
And his brother, the one that was giving him the enema, was the one that I believe that invented Post Toasties or whatever they're called. The flakes, cereal flakes.
Sewer flakes?
Huh? Well, barium and aluminum, that's part of bale. That's more or less, I think, what Chap's getting at there. And it is.
Latina. I hope they didn't grope your sassy country arse.
They did more than grope. I'm here to tell you. Ain't no
They
way
were
in the
like-
world I'd have to
They
be
were
knocking.
like, Ronnie, look over there. And when you did, they're like, you sure do have a pretty mouth, boy.
Well, there'd be some dead doctors around, all I can say. I ain't kidding you, man. That was there's only one other test that even compared to it that I've had done in my life. And they put you to sleep for that now too. That's where they I was having back problems just before they there wasn't such thing as a CAT scan or anything like that then. So what they'd do is they'd put you on this table and, lay on your stomach, and they have this big old long ass needle. And like I said, this time they didn't put you to sleep. I was wide ass awake, and they crammed this big old needle down into your spine, and they shoot dye into it. And then they, it's not an X-ray machine. It's a
the
fluoroscope.
CAT scan thing? The
No,
round.
No, we didn't have them back then. This
okay.
This is called a fluoroscope, and it hurt so bad, man. I mean, it was extremely painful. And I was telling him, get that damn needle out of me. It's hurting too bad. I don't care what's wrong. That's hurting worse than what was wrong originally. He said, oh, it ain't that bad. I said, the hell it ain't. You lay down and let me do it to you and see how you like it.
Right.
And I made him take the needle out. But I don't remember what that test is called either, but it's a fluoroscope test is all I know. And believe me, it is very painful. At least it was to me. I mean, that's...
Damn. It sounds like you were the gerbil.
Yeah. Damn sure the guinea pig.
Oh, Latina said grape, not grope. Grape. Hope they didn't grape your sassy country arse.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Grape. Oh, grape. Wait, grape? Smashing grapes? Smashing grapes, smashing grapes.
I don't know. I tell you what, once they get that thing up your rear end, though, you may be trying to blow it out of there, but it ain't going nowhere. Oh, no, I have to, no thank you, Chris Cat.
Yeah, no, I'm already half deaf, and I pretty much always, my ears always hurt. So yeah, I don't want no, an injection in your eardrum. Oh, hell no.
Now, let's face it, he's not afraid of dentists either. I am.
I'm not. I don't know. You know what? That's weird. I'm kind of with you on that, LSP, because dentists. Well, I had braces when I was like 10. When I go to the dentist, it's kind of like, yeah, just do whatever, bro. Just give me the gas. Give me the shit that makes me laugh first.
Yeah, if they'll give you gas, a lot of them don't though, and won't. And they have it sitting right there, but they won't give it to you.
Really? I don't go to the dentist as often as I should because insurance reasons. But yeah, actually every time I've been to the dentist that I've had any actual work done, I'd have the gas. It'd be like 10, 9, 8, and then that's it. I'm out.
The last time I went to the dentist, I asked him specifically to give me gas. He said, okay, no problem. Didn't give me a bit of gas. None.
What a dick. That's a dick
He didn't even show me the
move.
mask. Yeah, it is. But
that's a dick move to say no problem and then be like, haha,
yeah,
you ain't getting shit.
That's what happened though. I ain't been back to the dentist since. I figure I'm so old enough, if it don't matter anymore. So,
I can't wait to be like super rich. Hopefully that'll happen in my lifetime, but then I'm gonna get all my teeth removed and just put a whole new grill, brand new grill that's permanent, fresh teeth.
Well, I thought you'd already started on your second million.
No, see, I'm lucky because the way my natural smile doesn't show all of my upper teeth because they're actually black, but y'all can't see that.
Thank God.
Yeah, otherwise I'd be one of these YouTubers that always has my camera off.
Hey, I feel like doing that my damn self all the time. I don't even know why I turn my camera on. Well, when I don't, people gripe at me for one thing. I don't know why, but I guess they want to see who's talking to them.
I know the answer is because they have a personal connection. They want to,
Yeah, maybe
like
so.
some channels you watch, you could care less if you actually see the person or not. Like you can hear them, and that's cool. It's a good video. But then when it comes to like you, it's like, well, that's Ronnie, but we want to see you because you're Ronnie.
Now, I remember one day I was having trouble with my camera. I couldn't get it to work, and when I came on, and I said, people grabbed because they couldn't see me. I don't remember who it was, but there was a couple of them that were griping at me. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? The camera ain't working. I think I finally did get it to working, but I don't remember what I had. I know I had already gone out and come back in a couple of times and it wouldn't work. Maybe I don't know if I turned my computer off or what now, but I did get it to working.
So I want to give a huge shout out to William Gramer for that super chat, and I'm going to give him the explosive super duper chat mahalo thank you video. This is for you, William Gramer.
You know, it's amazing you played that video there for William, because that first guy dancing there, the one that was in that movie, the kinky haired guy, that's William's boyfriend. It is. He loves him. I mean, they've actually been out on dates.
What's it? I'm trying to think of the name of that now. It's Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah,
Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, so y'all don't forget now, and don't be picking on William because he can't help it. He loves the guy. I mean, they're in love.
And that's the first time I played that one in months, because that's my longest thank you video. 43 seconds.
You played it strictly for William, though, I know. And not because of the money, but I already said it.
Well, he gives us the final approval if it's a damn good show.
Mm-hmm.
So he has benefits.
Too many benefits. Too many, way too many. He's the type of guy, Steve, that he needs to have a wrench took away from every show and then give back to him just for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying?
just for the hell of it. Wait, what if I do this? Let's see.
You want to take his wrench away?
Yeah, there we go. All right. Now William doesn't have a wrench anymore.
Oh, William, put something in the chat, William.
Hold on, William. All right. Now you have a wrench again.
Well, it don't do no good unless he puts something in the chat.
Oh, yeah. But I upgraded it for him. So he's got an upgraded wrench.
Well, you still need to take it away from him, at least till he puts one comment in the chat.
Okay. I got to take it away again. Hold on, William. I got to take it away again. I got to do it. Okay. Now you don't have a wrench anymore.
Put something else in the chat, William. You never get your wrench back otherwise.
Yeah, you got to make a comment without the wrench. And then I'll upgrade it. And you'll be the 9th person with a special wrench. There it is.
Now don't give it back.
Yeah, just like your dentist did to you, right? Like, yeah, sure, we'll give you that. And then you're like, ha, sucker.
And then don't do it.
Yeah, was I supposed to do something? Oh, and then Salt and Light timed him out.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Salt.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Chris says she was going to get him, but
I love
I
it.
guess Salt made her do it. I do too.
I wasn't even thinking of that. That was great.
What the hell?
So what? Oh no, okay, he's still not timed out because I gave him the wrench back. I think it like undid it. But I was gonna say what? Oh, that's great, Salt and Light. That's awesome.
You should have waited those 3 minutes, made him suffer a little bit more. Well, I'll tell you what, on my next show, I'll take his wrench so that somebody can time him out or whatever for 3 minutes, and then we'll put him back in.
Oh, she said just 10 seconds. No, that was hilarious, Salt Light. I love it.
It sure was. Oh, you give William a super wrench? God, Lee, you are brave, Steve. I'm here to tell you. You're a brave man.
So here we go. This big chap just put this in there. It's see, I got it muted because I don't know. Oh, he's only got 27 subscribers. I'm sure he's not gonna. But there you go. There's the tube for the Armageddon. Look, he's got ABS, E-trap in there and shit. See, so who's sitting here looking at these gerbils going, I sure love to have that on my hands right now. Oh, look at them go. Look at them. Oh God, could you imagine? Oh no, I see now. I see what you're saying, Big Chat. Because look at how they go in there. Digging tunnels.
That's what I'm saying. They had to be doing something like that up in his rear end. That had to be painful, man.
That's the visual I just got. It's like, oh no, I don't want. Why would you want that? No,
No, I'll dream about gerbils in my ass tonight, and that's a terrible dream that I don't want to have.
We'll wake up in the middle of the night and we'll be like, ha, ha. And Nina's going to be like, what's wrong? Like, gerbil? No.
That hurts just thinking about it. Eric said he posted.
Did you, Eric? Let me see. I did go back.
Exactly, Chrissy. That's what he should have done to thank him, instead of playing that song and everything, or the video. He should have just took his wrench.
Here we go. Right on. I'm glad you said something, Eric, because I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
But yeah, he said he posted this. Wow, I didn't know this was like in the 80s, right? Sam Kinison was like 80s.
Hopefully we'll be around a long time. Well, I love you too, man. I just want to be alive to make you laugh, man. That's all. Now, this thing about the gay community, let's get this fucking shit done out of the way. Now, I know I offended the gays, or these last 2 albums that I did. They said I was in bad taste. They said my jokes were in bad taste. These are guys that lick the shit out of each other's ass on a fucking date, telling me my jokes are in bad taste.
Think about that, though. If you said this shit today, you'd be canceled.
For an hour and a half, but you put on a Kinison album and they can't fucking handle it. It's like, blah, blah, they can suck a dick this long, but I fucking gag them. I make it fucking, blah, blah, Insensitive. They called me insensitive. These are guys that put gerbils and hamsters up their ass. Insensitive.
Mm-hmm.
How sensitive can you be if you're putting a live animal in your fucking ass?
It's so true though. Like,
no kidding.
And the funny thing is that you can't say shit like that today.
No, you can't.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
There's so many things you can't say on here that, I mean, it's hard to figure out what you can and can't say anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They'll nail your ass for.
You got to say it and find out after, like, oh, okay, that's what I wasn't supposed to say.
That's right. And then they
don't even give
was.
you an explanation of why. It's just like, nope, you just can't say that. Why? Just because.
Well, all they'll say is you broke our community guidelines. You know, some bullshit. It's what they always tell me anyway.
Yep, they don't break it down anymore. They don't give you an actual explanation.
The hell? I'm seeing something behind me. I don't know what it is, or in front of me or something. Let's see. Where is that window? Can you see it on over here, Steve? Well, it's the wrong way on there. It's this way. Over here going up and down the thing. It's like papers. Oh, that's your, okay, I got you.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell what that was.
I see. Okay. So yeah, it's the background thing. Shoot.
Yeah. It's the
I
tape.
changed it because originally I had this thing and then I wasn't paying attention and then I started noticing when it when it like starts over and I noticed that and it was bothering me right there. And then I was like, I gotta change that.
I thought I had something wrong with my damn window. I thought, what's going on back there?
Yeah, skinwalkers, man.
Yeah. Well, how long you plan on being on today, bro?
Shit, 2 hours.
We're just a little tad over that.
When you just said that, I looked and I was like, holy shit, has it been 3.5 hours? Wow. Hey, Dave's not here, man.
What's up, Dave? Good to see you,
wow.
Dave.
I can't believe we're 3.5 hours. Oh.
I know. It's amazing.
I would say that's a damn good show because I didn't even think we were at 2 hours yet.
Yep, 3.5 hours, almost, like in 3 minutes. Well, not quite 3 minutes.
Yep.
Grandma Margaret said she went to see the Dice Man. I used to love the Dice Man back in when he first came out. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. Then I won't say the rest of that. I really don't remember it, but even if I did, I wouldn't say it. That dude could be very nasty.
Little boy blue. Hey, he needed the money. Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and said, hey, what's in the bowl, bitch? That guy was hilarious, man.
Yeah, I watched him here a while back. He made a new album, I guess you'd call it, but he wasn't near as funny as an old man as he was a young man. Either the jokes had just grown stale to me. I don't know which, but it wasn't funny at all to me that night.
You know what? That's weird you say that because it was just a few weeks ago I was talking to someone about it, but like, isn't it weird? Like, because I've watched stuff like in the 90s that were my favorite, and then I watched it again 20 years later, as and I'm like, it's not even funny. It's like, I used to think this was hilarious, but the same thing, not even like new material, it's just the exact same thing. And then,
yeah, I think it's called maturity. Because I used to be the same way, when I watched something and watched back a few years later. I think, why did I think that was funny? But there's one thing I think is still funny, and that's Foghorn Leghorn. I still love Foghorn Leghorn. The rooster.
The which one?
The rooster, the cartoon rooster.
Oh, we were just talking about that a while ago. I can't remember the name again.
Foghorn Leghorn was his name.
That's it. That's it. Yep.
I
Boy,
still
I'll
love
tell you what, we're going chicken hunting, boy.
Yeah, him and that little baby rooster, man. I'm telling you, he wanted that baby rooster gone. I don't know why he didn't just, swallow him. He's plenty big enough to do.
I'm telling you, that's like, let's see, Foghorn Leghorn. I gotta look this up real quick, just because that was. I'm surprised I can never remember the name, because I remember that shit from being a kid.
I thought it was funny as hell. I think it's still funny. But he's one of the few things that I thought was funny back then that I don't think is funny now.
Right. It's just the even like that with cartoons, they couldn't get away with cartoons like this now.
No.
But that's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes. Toes, that is. The fast ones get right by you. Keep your ears open. Yappity, yappity, yap. I can't get a word in edgeways.
It's the other way around.
And he calls everybody boy. That's it, boy. Who are you calling boy?
Pumping for oil? You're crazy, boy. There's no
Boy.
oil on this ground. Stand up, son. You're falling all over yourself. Now, who's responsible for this unwarranted attack on my person? Oh, you got a fine boy here, man.
And there's the little one.
Well, let's see what you're making there, boy. Looks like
Boy.
sody pop. Watch it fizz.
That dog, I love this damn dog.
Like, you couldn't get away with that now because they're like, oh, it's too violent. And boy, who is you calling boy? It's like, it's a freaking cartoon.
Oh, that woman. Got a mouth like an outboard motor. All the time.
Shut up. That's the best. Hey, shut up.
Foghorn was a mean rooster now, I'm here to tell you.
I tell you what, boy. Can't get a word in edgewise.
He's the one doing all the talking.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to sign off here. What do you think?
Yep. I was going to say, I still can't believe it's been 3.5 hours. Wow.
It did go by quickly.
It did. I didn't think it was 2 hours yet until you brought it up. Like, how long you want to go? And I was like, about 2 hours. I was being serious when I said 2 hours. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, shit.
I thought you were just kidding at first.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd say that means it's a damn good show.
And if William don't sit today, you really need to take his wrench.
Yeah. If I don't get that today, then he ain't never gonna have a wrench.
I heard that. What's up, Red Pill?
Red Pill, aloha. Everyone's gangster until Foghorn. Leghorn slaps the dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Foghorn, I tell you, he was one of my heroes when I was growing up. I loved it, man. Brave dog.
Sweet. So any final thoughts for the chat? All these beautiful people listening and watching.
My final thought is that I'm going to try my best to have a show tomorrow night. I ain't promising anything because I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And I don't know how much I'll be able to get done on it, but if I can get enough done to have a show, I'm going to have a show tomorrow night about 9. So if everybody ain't doing anything, and I hope everybody in here, I know everybody here ain't subscribed to me, but those that aren't, please sub and watch.
Oh yeah, we got to put Ronnie's Ronnie's link in the chat for anyone that isn't subscribed to Ronnie. I know most people are. Gotta be.
A good many of them. There's a few that ain't. They might not even be here now. I don't know, but thank you, Indy. Good night to you, girl.
Yeah, much love, Indy. And yeah, my final thoughts would be that Sunday night and everyone that hung out with us tonight could have been doing plenty of other things, and they decided to hang out with us. And I appreciate each and every one of you for that. You guys all rock.
Absolutely. No doubt about that. I'm glad you said that, Steve. That's exactly where I feel.
And holy smokes, 81 likes. Wow.
Right on. Right on, right on, right on the clapper.
Sweet. So yeah, we'll close out with I'll play an outro and then the national anthem, because I know beautiful unspecified V likes the national anthem. That unique prepping my brother Zach made for me a couple years ago, and I still use it because that guy's awesome. Check him out too. But with that being said, I'm gonna say have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, a beautiful evening, a beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.
If someone doesn't like what they're listening to, turn the fucking channel.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? What's up? What's going on?
What's up, brother?
What's up, everybody?
I'm loving this where the guy comes in and interviews the host. This is wonderful.
I did almost kill my dad once.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want to be the first guy to laugh. No.
Come on, man.
No, he's known for dropping deuces on the dang stage.
Fell into it. It was a terrible bad habit, and there was no mentor there to tell me, hey, stop doing that.
They need us.
You're just taking up space. All right, bitch, why don't you go first?
You're like a wanted man, Ronnie.
Got him.
They can kiss my ass, all I'm saying.
Ronnie got hit again. Oh, yes, he did. I think he did. Dude, tell us, Ronnie, how much of that you have in you?
It's a fucking great story. I had so many questions.
Opinion. Most of the things I talk about are my opinion. Don't we all have our own opinions of how things look to us and, what we think is going to happen and everything?
And if you work hard enough, you can achieve whatever you want.
We all have an opinion, so what the hell have they got against mine?
You have the wrong opinion.
I couldn't always afford stuff to grill, and so I was like living off the dollar menu.
Sometimes when I think about it, I think I must be going insane. This can't be the way it is. Like, we cannot be at this point of censorship. Am I wrong? Because I tend to agree with most things you guys or Ronnie might say on this channel.
Well, I don't agree with everything that Ronnie shares. He and I have talked about a lot of things that we do agree on and a few things that we don't, but it doesn't matter. He should still have the right to say them.
Yeah, that's the main point. Those conversations need to take place.
You just came after my shit joke, but then gave props to Steve Harloha's fart.
If you look at the results of something, you could see the intentions of the people that created the situation.
30 days of no power and water in America, probably 70% of the American population ain't gonna make it. And a lot of crooked government want to make money off of it.
The cops are minutes away when seconds count, guys. And we're just going to have to fucking own that as red-blooded Americans and take our stripes and go take our fucking country back.
It's that easy. Yep.
Run up if you want some, you gon' have a problem, yeah.